There we go.
Vices. What's your advice? Little boys? Is your advice little boys? What is it, bro? What is your fucking problem? Explain yourself. I know what my problem is. Fairfax County pulled a gun on me.
Right. I think, yeah, it's working. Okay. So, we're taking a look at the, protests here that are going on in front of the White House. The protests over the, death of George Floyd and the overall overboiling of fucking racism in this country that a lot of people would like to just pretend doesn't exist. Well, you know what?
Hi.
We're looking at it. It absolutely exists. It's been going on for too long, and people are fucking pissed. Here, let me, I'm curious how many people will actually get at this hour, because we don't normally do streams at this time, but,
I mean, there's 11,000 people watching the protests, so...
Yeah, which, by the way, we're gonna have to find a new, stream here soon, because I think this dude's about to wind his stream down.
Hey, yo, what time will you text me? You text me your wife? It's gonna be a long night.
It's been crazy. There was a...
Don't worry, I got two problems.
Crowds have gathered in front of the White House. Cops have their shields. You could see the fucking... There were times where it popped off a few times where, like, the fucking crowd started... Well, all you could really see was, like, the cops, like, bashing people with the shields.
So, my big question with this is this really the best cops can do for handling a protest? I know, like, we're not trying to lose exciting parts. There were, like, moments where they were, like, hitting the people were screaming and yelling, and I'm really curious about this. Like, at what point in the training do, like, okay, we have a huge crowd of angry people. How do we de-escalate it? And so far their answers are tear gas to scare them away, like they're rodents.
That's the whole fucking point. Do that shit.
He's doing his thing. And I'm just curious about this. Like, at what point
Let him touch you.
do we not use... It's not lethal force, thankfully. If it was lethal force, then I think there would be a full-blown revolution. But all we do to disperse it, we don't handle it front on. I'm putting money on right now that Trump tomorrow is going to bash these people at the White House. The people that came to protest in front of him. He's going to bash them. He's not going to make them like, yeah, you have a right to assemble. The only people who cared about was white people who
Hey,
But
we
you
gonna be
know
putting pressure on y'all.
that if these people showed up, at least a majority of these people showed up with guns, this would be a very different protest. This would be, like the only thing that's really keeping these people safe right now is the fact that they're basically this is a peaceful protest, you know. I heard a number of people tonight saying that. It's like, hey man, we peaceful, you know, we're peaceful, we're not armed, you know. There's been some pretty interesting shit going on. What?
I really hope that y'all do the soccer and soaking.
Sorry, I should have removed them.
I would stick some soccer
Hi everyone. Hi Chelsea. Hi Yanshin. Hi Benjamin. Hi Alex. And hi Keegan.
Yeah, sorry, I fixed it. Is it better now? Is it better? I hope it's better.
Okay, so I'm gonna repeat what I said. Okay, guys, honestly, an honest discussion about this. What would be the best way to handle this situation? Like, if you were in charge of the police force, and I wouldn't want that job. However, if you were in charge of the police force and you had to try to help this, how would you fix this shit? Like, this is the thing that pisses me off, is like, okay, we obviously have issues with the cops. Obviously getting them out, can't hear Chess.
Still?
Hello? Am I not close enough to the mic?
I turned the fucking... Yeah, oh, it's better now. They're on a slight delay.
Okay.
They're on a... You know what? Here, I'm gonna put the mouse here. I'm gonna put that over there.
Okay, that'd be better, because Jay's actually in charge of this one. Yeah, no, I'm actually curious, like, how do you help this situation? How do you de-escalate this situation? How do you not make it so you have to use force? Like, all it is cops being in a line and them basically ignoring what the protesters are having to say. Like, there should be a way to fix this. There should be someone actually talking to them. But instead, we kind of just treat them like they're a bunch of angry cattle, which is fucked up.
Yeah. This whole okay, we sound better now. Good. Okay. Yeah, this whole situation. Yeah, let's see what are they showing. Don't shoot.
Alright guys, the phone battery is currently at 5%, and then we are going to sadly die. So
Oh shit, dude! Matt's battery's about to die. Yeah, we gotta find a better. We gotta find a better stream of this. So I've got it down as low as it can go. If you still can't hear us over it, because I want us to be able to still kind of hear it, like what's going on, just in case something goes on. Delete police. Delete Canadian police.
Specifically Canadian, because it's the Canadian cops that are the worst. They're the racists.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because this shit is always happening in Canada. That's what you're hearing about all the time, yo. Canadian black man shot because Canadian cop. Hey, I mean, I guess it probably does happen. Huh? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better, dude. I love how it was telling me 0 viewers. I'm like, I should refresh this. What's up, everybody? Audio is good. Dope. Okay, that's better. So, yeah, let me see if I can find a better,
version. Yeah, no, again, a serious, question with what's going on, because it's fun to look at this and kind of gawk at it, but there's so much wrong that's going on. Like, how do we fix the problem? Like, it's very clear we have cops with issues. We have cops with a history of issues. It's not just that, like, the guy, the cop that was kneeling on the guy's neck, like, he was a known white supremacist. He was known to be anti-black. He was known in the community as a guy that would kill people. Like, at what point do you realize if someone has a reputation of murdering people, and assuming he has a list of reports, because each cop is supposed to report after they kill someone, if your list exceeds 1, there should be someone investigating it. And 1 is being nice.
Yeah. What do I predict will happen? I don't know, dude, but I saw someone in the chat say this is escalating nicely. That's kind of my sentiment on this, honestly. As I said yesterday, when I talked about the my thoughts on this, and I'll be honest, guys, my stream yesterday, I was a bit of a mess. Okay, it wasn't a great stream, cause you know what, this shit does hit me hard sometimes. This shit fucking pisses me off.
To make Jay lose points, or not lose points, I should say grow points, at least in my opinion. No, the day that, like, the video came out of the guy being suffocated, like, Jay came out kind of crying, and he's like, dude, this was so fucked up. Yeah. And I felt really bad, because I was working and I couldn't watch the video myself.
Yeah, no, I lost it, dude. I lost it. I was not doing good at all yesterday, dude. Because there's just this thing, like, I get it. I watch these protests and I get it. I feel these people's pain. I do. I'm like, God fucking damn. Like, how many more innocent men have to die? How many more innocent people just going about their day-to-day lives, just trying to live life? And you know what? Even if he was a criminal, even if he was a minor criminal, even if he was a hardened criminal that just broke out of jail yesterday, I don't care. Nobody should fucking lose their life in that way. Nobody. So you know what? Like I said, I feel these people's pain, and you know what? If I was somewhere where there was a major protest going on, a peaceful one, I'd probably go join in. Because you know what? I understand the frustration of feeling like there's nothing you can do, watching innocent people die, watching this fucking system that we live in get worse and worse, watching people in pain and knowing there's nothing you can do about it.
Like, I was watching the video, I was hoping, like, someone would tackle the fucking cop. Like, I don't care if you go to jail. Dude, I would think that'd be solely justified.
There were three other cops with guns in their holsters. What did they do? Nothing. All four of them are guilty of murder. Yeah, put that. Huh? Damn. They kill our people, but yeah, looting is bad. GTF. Dude, okay. Looting is bad, but you know what? I'm gonna say this. Whatever. I don't completely condone the acts of the other night in Minneapolis. They burned down a lot of shit. And you know what? A friend of mine, Evan LaFavor, he's fucking from there. And I was watching him, and I watched how fucking sad he was, watching his hometown having been destroyed. You know, he was watching the aftermath of like, all these places that he went to, that he knew, like the Wendy's he went to, and the Target, and all that just destroyed. But, I'm gonna say this. These protesters, I heard some of them talking about, you know what? We left alone.
Starting to, like, bash them
Oh,
again.
did they? Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah, they're starting to bash them again.
It's fuck, dude. They're like throwing shit at the cops.
I get that, like, someone said that the cop's job is just to kind of widen the berth of a protest, but, like, again, they're not helping it. Like, they're actually aggravating the crowd, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. No proof he was using fake. Dude, like I said, I'm not even gonna talk about what George Floyd supposedly did, because you know what? Even if he was a known forger, even if he was going around writing bad checks at every fucking business in town, and he was scamming everyone, there is such a thing as due process. Nobody deserves to be killed in the street without being properly arrested, tried, read their rights, have a proper trial in front of a judge, not death by cop.
And slowly killed. No, it wasn't like, oh, they shot him dead. They slowly suffocated him to death as he cried.
That's what made me fucking, like, hearing him scream, like, I can't breathe, help me, I can't breathe. Dude, I don't know how can you be a human fucking being and watch that and not break a fucking pot? How can you watch that and not be like, God damn, this is a human being, this is a fellow human dying. This is an act of murder. This is an act of absolute violence and hatred. It's disgusting. Can we bring shields to the protest too? Dude, as I was saying earlier, dude, because, you know, I was saying to Chess, I was like joking around. I was like, you know, maybe TJ had a point about, you know, black people, or not black people, liberals should start bringing guns to their protests. But then the point of, like, yeah, well, actually a lot of liberals are black, and if a bunch of black people with guns showed up, yeah, this would be a very different fucking protest. This would be going down differently if these, like I said, it's only the fact that, yeah, this is a peaceful protest, guys. We're not doing anything. We're not armed. That's the only thing that's saving these people right now.
Actually, I wouldn't even say that's what's saving them. No, I totally agree. They should be. I don't know. I just don't get this. I don't get how we've gone to this point in our society where it's this bad. Like, people really do not treat each other very well. And okay, I'm white. I have been a very, like, I would classify as an innocent human being. Like, I don't go out much. I don't do anything, like, rebellious. I never even gotten, like, a speeding ticket. So I personally have never felt comfortable around a cop in my entire life. Even since I was a child, I have never once felt comfortable.
Why not?
And I can't imagine from up someone's in a black
Mr.
shoes.
Policeman is your friend.
Like, imagine someone in, like, that's black. Like, you are already assumed to be a criminal. You could merely be doing something normal and innocent, and yet if you die and you make the news, they're the fucking assholes that go out of their way to try to find the worst thing in your life as you are dead. Like, there is something wrong with that. There's something so deeply wrong in the concept of when someone died to find something wrong in their life and make it worse for them.
Yep. Can I just call someone out in the chat, by the way? And I'm not calling you out personally, by the way, okay? Because I've heard a lot of people with this take of, like, it's not white privilege, we're treated equal now, I don't understand the race issue personally. Okay. So let me explain it to you, because there's a lot of people out there that don't understand the race issue and don't see a problem, or they don't see a race issue here. That at the very least, they're like, okay, yeah, that's police brutality, but this isn't a race thing. There's no race. Look, this is absolutely about race. It is. Ever since, because by the way, look, I don't know how many of you actually know your fucking history and think just like, oh, the minute slavery was ended, you know, everything just became cool for black people in this country, you know, just perfect equality. No, that there were years of injustices and inequality, segregation, black people being lynched. When was the last lynching happened in 1981? And to be fucking fair, it was probably an outlier at that point. But dude, there has been so much keeping black people down in this country, and I can't fucking ignore it anymore. Like, I used to just think, nah, dude, these people, because I'll say this, I kind of held that position or something close to it, where I was like, yeah, a lot of black people, they're just looking for something to be pissed about. But when you sit there and you take a fucking look at what's going on in this fucking country, what has been going on, the fact that most black men do not feel safe around cops, and for very good reason.
I said, more than just black, it's just people in fucking general.
Well, yes, that's the thing. Most people don't feel safe around cops, but especially black people. Like, because that's the thing. And I used to actually say this. I used to say, look, well, I don't feel safe around cops either, so there. But that's the thing. I don't feel safe around cops, but heck, I feel a hell of a lot safer around cops than I would if I were black. I feel a hell of a lot safer than a lot of black people would. He's not providing any evidence. He's a fraud. Okay.
No, like, again,
dude,
like,
I miss having trolls in the chat, dude.
Right. Well, no, it's like video after video, because, like, we were watching, like, a slow, like, montage of them a little bit earlier. The one I really hated the most, and I love it, because every single person that, like, saw the same thing, which is, why is this woman suffocating this dog as she's calling the cops? Like, slowly strangling this poor dog as she's like, get this black man away from my dog! Ah!
Yep.
He just told me to put on a leash.
I'm sorry. That there is a fucking racist fucking culture, and I'm not saying everybody in this country is racist, okay? I'm not even saying, look, I don't agree with the people who say, oh, like, we're all inherently racist. No, racism is learned. Racism is absolutely learned. I was raised to be racist. I was raised to believe that black people are just inherently inferior. Oh shit! I gotta find a better stream. Does anyone have a better stream here? I'm gonna.
Yeah, if someone wants to put a link.
I'm gonna go grab. I'm gonna.
You're gonna search.
I meant to look.
He was trying to look.
You
for
talk. I'm gonna.
Okay. No. See. Okay. This is the thing that kind of just. I don't get it because it's more than just. Okay, I will say cops make everyone uncomfortable. That is. I'm just saying that in general, but it's so much worse when it's a black person. And I thought that was kind of interesting because I watched this horror film a little while back and they even talked about this. About like this guy that actually, there is actually a term for a black person that has fear of cops. Like that's literally a thing. And I can't imagine being out protesting like this. I'd be terrified. And I do give these people props because you know what? They are risking their lives. Any of these cops at any moment can throw a gun and shoot them. And it doesn't sound that far-fetched. There are so many instances where someone was like, I'm grabbing for my wallet, and they shoot them dead.
Yeah.
It's insane. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm impressed by this because you know what? I feel terrible for this guy that he had to die. I should say had to die. There was no point of him dying. What I feel bad for is that his death actually sparked this. Because this is not just one city. This is not just affecting one city. This is affecting the entire U.S. Multiple protests all through the U.S. are happening because of this man's death. And I feel terrible that he died. And it's fucked up how he died. And it's fucked up that we have to watch it in order for people to realize, hey, there's something wrong here. There's something deeply wrong with the way we treat people. And it's so fucked up. It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Let me pull up what the chat's saying.
I can't seem to find
Another one.
Yeah. But we can keep talking about it while I look for one. All lives matter. That's the thing, yo. All lives do matter, but here's the problem. Here's the problem. The reason that Black Lives Matter needs to be said is because there's people out there that act like they don't. There's people that think that Black lives don't matter. We've seen so many examples of this shit. We've seen so many fucking examples of just this outright, this idea that just, you know, a black man, he must be dangerous. And you know what? Like, I'm sorry, I don't understand why, I understand it. It's clear these cops are fucking pussies. They're more afraid for their own lives, than they care more about, they're so fucking paranoid. Oh my god, black man with a gun. They have this idea that black man with a gun is just the most terrifying thing ever. And the minute they see it, they fucking lose their shit. And they gotta open fire. Because, oh my god. They're fucking pussies. They're pussies. They haven't learned how to they don't know how to de-escalate a situation, really? You didn't learn that in cop school?
No. De-escalate by hitting them with your car.
Yeah. De-escalate by shooting them in the back while they're running away. My god, dude. That's what this shows me is there's a bunch of inept cops out there that don't know how to do that fucking job. Because you know what? Racist or not, a good cop that knows how to do his fucking job should never have to fire his weapon unless there's actually a fucking, you know, a fucking like hostage situation or something, dude. Even then, dude, there's always fucking ways around shit. You don't know. The family of Eric Gardner must be like, what the fuck? They strangled my kid and nobody burned anything? Well, dude, that's the thought I had about Trayvon the other day, but then I was like, you know what? This kind of is for Trayvon and for Eric Gardner and for all of it. Like, this is the boiling point that people had to fucking reach. This is the fucking boiling point where people were like, enough. We've had enough.
So here, it's a level thing. Because you know what? For each death that happened, it kind of added on a bit more. It's not getting better. It's not getting better. It's not getting better. And it's slowly, like, there's only so much people can take. And I will say, this video, compared to kind of the rest, it hit more of an emotional toll on you. And when I say emotional, I'm referring to the fact that he, like, cried for his own mother. Like, people don't do that unless it's their last breath. People just don't do that when they're utterly terrified. And it's sad. And we lack this empathy. We lack so much empathy in this world. It's so fucked up.
I just remembered there was something on Twitter.
I was like Googling while I was like looking away for a second. Oh, is that...
Is this still live? No, it's
I mean,
not.
we could watch it because it is footage of it if you want to.
Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, let's take a look at this footage from earlier. Oh, it's on.
It's now
It's on the
physical
wrong screen.
confrontation.
Yeah, no, it's just so
Police
fucked
officers
up. And it feels nothing but bad for these people. Like, unfortunately, it got a bad rap when Black Lives had some issues that were done in the past. Like, it got nothing but a bad rap, and the news media has not done a good job.
Oh, is that shit still going on in Minneapolis? Okay, I'm gonna check out Unicorn Riot.
Unicorn Riot?
He was the dude that was streaming it last night.
Oh, okay.
Not last night, the other night. That Swag and Annie were restreaming his thing the other night.
See,
Okay, yeah, let's take a look at
Got a
Minneapolis.
quarter moon tonight, almost quarter moon.
let's see what's going on in Minneapolis.
I don't know. I can't imagine, like...
Probably a bit away from it
Yeah.
right now, dude.
Folks stoking a fire.
Minneapolis
Over there.
is fucked.
Minneapolis looks like Fallout.
And that's a telephone pole.
Minneapolis
Or
looks like
with
Fallout,
the-
except
with
there's
the
some more
power lines.
electricity.
I don't know the difference between telephone and power lines.
What the fuck? Dude, I don't know. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine being in that situation. Like, I would be fucking terrified. I'm not big on, like, a lot of people, but the concept
I'll
of
be
people,
honest-
like, attacking things
I'll be
and
honest.
setting things on
Well,
fire.
yeah, I wouldn't be with those people, but I'll be honest right now. If I was close to these fucking protests, I would feel the urge to go join in. I would feel the urge to go join and peacefully protest. Damn, look at this fucking city. Look at the fucking destruction. Like, I don't know. This city's gonna take a long time to recover from this. And I don't know, maybe America will have to fucking remember for a little while. You know, maybe this isn't gonna leave the fucking general consciousness. At least not in Minneapolis.
I am kind of curious, like, I really want, like, next time, I don't know, let me see if I can find one. I want to know what their police chief is fucking doing about this shit. Like, what are you doing to fucking fix this shit? I know what is it? They fired the guy and charged one of them. But that feels like such a lame thing. And especially, are they going to actually go the extra mile and get a prosecutor he hasn't worked with? Because they're going out of their way to save the guy. Like, half these people that end up murdering these guys, yeah, they get fired. But then they slowly wiggle their way back in because guess what? They're friends with the prosecutor. They're friends with the judge. They're just going to get away with it in the end anyways. Who cares?
Yep.
I swear to God, it's not Minneapolis.
Dude, don't even bother calling out how I pronounce shit, dude. There's some words that it's just a lost cause. If you're gonna be nitpicky, dude, I'm never gonna say it properly. I'm sorry. I'm surprised you're pissed about this. I got fucking. I gave up on your name and just started calling you Hyun-san for a while. Although I did learn to pronounce your name, dude. The cop that committed the murder has been charged.
Yeah, because I'm convicted. Okay,
Yo, what up, Creamage?
So, yeah, here's the problem with this, though. And, what's his name? Secular Talk was thinking about this. Yeah, they charge them, and what happens is the prosecutor overcharges them. And when they go to actually trial, they get away with it because they overcharge it, and it doesn't equal the murder. So,
Oh yeah, that's happened quite a few times with these cops.
like, so there's a trick behind this. If they're friends with the prosecutor, they're gonna get off because there's ways to manipulate the system so they get free, and it's fucked up. And that's the thing. Like, what's gonna happen during trial? Are we gonna see another, what is his name? What's his name?
Zimmerman?
Zimmerman, yeah. Are we gonna see another Zimmerman?
Yeah, dude, this cop's gonna be set free, and then he's gonna become super famous, and everyone's gonna buy his shitty artwork to make some sort of fucking... Dude, I know I've ranted about this before, but just the fact that George Zimmerman's art is worth anything is disgusting to me. Because it's basically just a little racist token of ooh, look at me, I have the artwork of the guy who shot an innocent black kid. That literally the best thing you can say about Zimmerman is he made a huge fucking mistake. And so if he made a huge mistake, why are you glorifying that? Why are you raising it up, putting it up on a pedestal like, oh what a great man? The best he can hope for is to hang his head in shame and let everyone fucking forget about him so he can go back to living a normal life, which he doesn't even deserve because he should be in prison.
By the way, I'm taking a second because Chelsea mentioned that he might be out on bail. I'm gonna go check that real quick.
Who? The cop?
Do you know? And does anyone know the cop's name?
Chauvin. Officer Chauvin. Hell yeah, dude. By the way, if any of our regulars out there, like Chelsea or Animants or anyone out there who's wants to join us, let me know. You
Hit
guys
him up in Discord because I told him I do want people's I want to hear people's thoughts on this.
Yeah, we want to get a couple more people on if anyone wants to join us and give us your thoughts about this. Creamage if you happen to be free. Anyone who's all this I'm not opening call-ins right now because I don't feel like taking random trolls on, but yeah, any friends of the show who would like to join in. Thank you everyone for watching, by the way. We got the view count up pretty high. If you guys are enjoying this shit, hit the fucking like button, yo. It helps. Apparently.
Oh my! I found his mugshot.
His mugshot?
Yeah, I can send you it. He looks kind of. He doesn't. Okay, I'll just tell you right now. He doesn't look like a guy that feels like he's in trouble. I'm gonna really find this for you.
Dude, I promise you, this guy doesn't think he's in trouble. This guy's like, I'm getting off. I'm getting off, guys. I'm getting on. What? I'm a cop. I'm a fucking cop, dude. I'm a cop, and I shot a black man. Oh, like that's never happened before. Cops shooting black men is a daily occurrence. Hence the fucking riots, by the way. Hence the fucking riots. If anyone doesn't get it yet, that's why. Because this is a daily, maybe not daily, but this is a regular fucking occurrence.
I just sent it to you if you want to
Sure, maybe, but was it an accident? What?
have you seen like the footage? The guy just kind of has his knee there and he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, this situation was not an accident. At the best you can say about it is that it's excessive force, and gross negligence. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Chelsea, for being on that chat, yo.
Yeah, you're doing really good. Thank you.
I'm not even paying attention. I'm trying
Yeah, she's doing very good. I give you props. Thank you, Chelsea.
Cops started it. It's their fault. I mean, it's a bit, yeah. I mean, they did. George Floyd was lynched. Yeah, pretty much. You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna take back when I said the last lynching was in 1981. No. The last lynching was a couple days ago. And how many more? How many? That's the thing, motherfuckers, is that you want to say, oh, everything's gotten better for black people. We have equality now, guys. We have equality. Really? Really? When death by cop is still a thing, and black men getting death by cop is the most prevalent. Really?
Yeah, I can't find anything that he was released on bail, by the way. I don't believe he was. I did, like, show his mugshot real quick. I sent it to you on Discord. Because you know what? Like, he does not look any bit remorseful. He's like, I'm gonna get out of this. I'm best friends with this guy. Like, look at him.
Dude, he does. He does. He's just like, yeah, it's another day. Oh, can you guys? Yeah, they can see it. Yeah, it's another day for me. He almost looks like a few inches away from smug, dude. Like if he wasn't like inconvenienced by this, like he'd be kind of like he'd be kind of like on the smug side. White people speaking for us black people.
Yeah.
Dude.
Okay. Here's the thing. Would you rather have people on your side or not on your side?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sit here and play this fucking look. Cause I'm gonna say this right now. I'm not jumping on the white guilt bandwagon of, oh my god, I'm such a terrible person because I'm white, you know? I'm not doing that.
But we can empathize. That's the thing. Like, I can empathize with someone and feel terrible for how they were treated.
Oh, new subscriber, thank you.
Hi.
Thank you, welcome Josh Tola.
Like, that's
What it do?
That's the thing. Like, you can still empathize with these people. Like, I can still empathize with someone for, like, being terrified around a cop because I'm terrified by a cop. And the thought of having someone on my neck on the cement of fucking New York slowly dying, that terrifies me. And it does make me sad. So, yeah, no, I can empathize with black people. I'm not saying I can live their experience, because I can't. I can't imagine being in that fear.
Let's get rid of this fucking ugly fucker's mug off this
I can't imagine, like, if some white person does not like you, they can just call the cops on you and think it's okay. Like,
yeah, I'm sorry.
That's like reoccurrence that happens like weekly.
In a society where we know that it is dangerous for black men to deal with cops, I'm sorry, no one should be calling the cops for no reason, being like, I'm afraid there's a black man attacking me. Yes, there is an armed black man. There's a black man.
Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, by the way,
the black man could literally be holding a sandwich and a soda, and he asked how you are, and he's like, "You're gonna murder me! You're gonna murder me! He has a gun!" And then, like, cops show up and shoot him in the back.
Yeah. Here, let me, okay, I'm gonna add Silver Flare to this.
Oh, okay. Also, someone made the comment. So they said they worked with each other at the job. Like, they talked to the employer. There was no evidence they even knew each other. That's the problem with that.
Yeah.
There wasn't even evidence that they even worked the same shifts or even talked with each other, because it was only for like a month or two. Like, honestly, who has been in a job where someone was hired for 2 months and you remembered him?
Yeah. Okay, so, we got Silver Flare on now. Can you hear us, buddy?
Hi, Silver Flare.
Oh, the audience.
Does that name anymore?
Okay, now the audience can hear you. Okay, what up?
All right. Hey, it's not a big deal, but I don't use Silver Flare anymore. It's an old name.
What up, dude?
Oh, okay. What's your new name now?
Oh, you guys can look me up. It's Armisail 666.
Armisail.
But
okay.
whatever. That's besides the point. That doesn't matter. No. Dude, I've just been looking at this shit since it went down. Been online everywhere on, different spheres on YouTube and Twitter and whatever the fuck. And I don't know. I think it was it was Vosh of all people who said it best, where he's saying that the fire is rising. Like, the dam is about to burst. Shit is going down. These riots and everything that's going down, it's a symptom of a larger issue. Now, don't get me wrong. George Floyd's life it's nothing to scoff at. Of course, his name's going to be remembered, and we should do everything to, remember his name. Make sure it's not just another footnote in history.
Where's that coming from?
But, man, like I said, this is just symptoms of a larger problem. And I didn't mean to interrupt you guys, so you can go ahead. Hello?
Yeah, sorry, I was okay. No, go. I was distracted by a
No, it's all
fucking
good.
tech issue.
Yeah, no, Jay was having issues
No,
with audio.
no, it's all good.
But
When I hopped on, I was like, you know what?
Alright.
I've got some shit I want to say, but at the same time, I don't really want to get this channel flag down, so I'm just gonna, not say it.
No, you're fine.
But
No, you're right. This is it's a slowly building problem. See, if there's a cop that's dumb enough to kill another person right now, I'm just throwing this out there. If there's a cop that's dumb enough to do this shit right now, it doesn't matter what color they are, that's gonna break everything. You think that this
Yeah,
is bad?
and,
Can you imagine if they do this again?
oh, of course. And there's this thought I just randomly had. It's funny how we had to wait for all these cops to put on their masks and shit before they could finally have a mask off moment, if you know what I mean. Now that they don't have to wear their badges since they're in a big crowd and they can put on these gas masks so nobody can see what they're doing, then that's when they start feeling confident, so they can start pushing random protesters who did nothing on the ground. And like I said, it's a mask off moment, and I'm not surprised by it, but I'm still disgusted by it.
Well, no, dude.
I don't know if you guys saw this video, but it came out earlier where there was these cops just marching down the street, and there was a random, a woman, very small, very short woman, who just got pushed on the ground by this cop, and he just walked on as if nothing happened. Just crazy shit, you guys. And
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by anything that's happening, but at the same time, you love and hate to see it.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not surprised by any of it either, and that's the thing. That is how I feel about it, and no, it's true that there's a lot. Trust me, that there's a lot that I'm not gonna say right now because I don't want to get my channel flagged down. I don't want to get my channel flagged down either.
Yeah.
So you gotta watch
Well,
what you say right now. But I'm gonna
I
say
would
this.
love to see this police officer have a knee put on his neck in Minecraft for about 6 minutes straight. You know what I
In
mean?
Minecraft. Yeah,
Yeah, in
dude.
Minecraft.
That would be awesome to see in Minecraft. If this
Absolutely.
cop in Minecraft had a knee put to his neck and was suffocated in Minecraft.
Oh yeah, and then he does that little clicky sound that happens whenever you take damage in Minecraft. No,
Yeah, dude.
but yeah, it's
It's
hard to really summarize all my feelings after all the shit that's going on. But it, like I said earlier, it's just a symptom of a larger issue that's going on in larger conversation. Yes, I do agree Black Lives Matter, and I also agree that all lives matter. And in this instance, it just so happened to be the life of one man. Look, here's the thing too. There's a bunch of concern trolls that I'm seeing on, more so on the right side of this issue, that are saying oh well, he was forging a check, or he robbed a store
But
3 years ago.
doesn't
Or no, that was
matter. I
I
hate
whatever.
that. That's the
It
thing.
doesn't matter.
You're ruining.
you're right.
Okay,
It
the
does
person
not matter.
already died.
It's
You're trying to
irrelevant.
find every single problem. If they found a video of him, let's say kicking a dog, that would be the image of him in the news. It would not be the man
And
that got
it's-
killed by the cop.
No, and it's not just with George Floyd. I saw some fucking dumbass right-wing retard. What's his name? Tin Pool or something? Back when I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. Ahmaud Arbery, I think his name was. When he died, when he was shot by those fucking backwood rednecks, they were trying to say, oh, look, some video surfaced 3 years ago about this dude, maybe allegedly robbing a store. It's who fucking cares? I don't care if this dude I don't care if he killed 10 fucking people in cold blood. He does not deserve to just have a
Right?
fucking authoritarian pig shove his knee on his throat like it's nothing. No, everybody, regardless of the severity of your crime, and I'm not saying he committed a crime, but regardless of the severity of your crime, you still deserve to have, the right fucking trial. You get arrested and they put you in a car and, don't get choked to death before you show up at the, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
due process.
Also, thanks for Prague Rock, Bonnie. Brony. Sorry, I can't read from like the third monitor. Thank you for subscribing.
Hell yeah.
Again, there's due process. There's that there. Thank you, Frank Machini.
Due process. That's I don't know why I couldn't think of that off the top of my head.
Hey, I'm not complaining. We get new subs. I'm happy about that. Like again, like it doesn't equal like this death, and it also doesn't equal this type of death either. Like I don't know why there's this feeling of this cop, and also I'm kind of really curious about his like psychological point where he does have his knee on him. He's seen to having his hands in a pocket.
I don't care about
like
his
it's
psychology.
Everyday thing.
I've
like
seen just from that one video alone. Just from that one video alone, I've seen enough of his quote-unquote psychology to know that this motherfucker shouldn't be a cop. This motherfucker shouldn't be out there. I mean, don't get me started, but you guys know what I mean? It's I'm really trying to bite my tongue right now.
I agree. No, I feel you, dude. And that's the thing, because there's a lot of these people that really should not be cops. Like there's a lot, and there's this thing that people don't want to fucking. I don't see it talked about enough. No one wants to admit this. The fact that because the idea of being a cop, it gives you a lot of power. What kind of mind is drawn to power? People who are selfish, people who are assholes, people who want power so that they can use it against other people. People who want.
Sometimes it's just people who are just straight up sociopaths. People who
exactly.
Don't have that
so
built-in empathy.
And I'm sorry,
people
anyone who
are
thinks
okay with, regardless of the amount of people surrounding you, telling you to get off this man, he cannot breathe. They don't care.
And so anyone who thinks that the police force, by the way, does enough stringent psychological testing, no, they fucking don't. You know how I know they don't? It's really simple. It's really simple. Go watch that video. The evidence is right fucking in front of you. It's not a mystery. They hire fucking sociopaths to do this job.
Well, you know,
they need to do a better job.
Who attracts these jobs? People that want to kill. Like, there's two type of, like, it's not just them. It's also
Can't say that.
It's
those are our protectors.
It's the military too. They want to be able to have the ability to kill someone because they feel like they can do this. And at this point, they're just hired serial killers. They are hired serial killers. And you know what? It's not just black people. Like, there's also, believe it or not, like, autistic people end up getting killed by the cops all the time, too. Yeah. Like, it's anyone that they deem annoying or in their face that they just, like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this.
Anyone that they don't know how to deal with, anything that's too much work for them. It's like, oh no, I'm gonna have to, like, this autistic person is too annoying. I don't understand what the fuck they're saying or whatever. Or I can't, like, have a conversation with them. Shoot them. Oh no, this black person might have a gun. I've been conditioned my whole life to be afraid of black people with guns. I'm afraid for my own life, and even though I'm a cop with fucking training, I'm gonna shoot a fucking civilian because I'm fucking scared. That's what this is.
I like schedules uses like cops like wasting time and money ? And it's like they waste time and money all the time. You know they get paid hourly, right? Like just because they spend an extra few minutes trying to calm someone down, it's not like it's hurting anyone.
Another thing too that I've kind of taken a notice to is more so online is when you see these people, everyone saw the same video. Everybody saw the same video of, I don't even fucking remember this cop's name. I don't care to remember his stupid name. I know his last name sounds like chauvinistic.
Yeah, dude, that's the joke I made.
Oh, Devin, chauvinistic, whatever. That wanker piece of shit. Everybody saw the same video.
Officer chauvinist.
I mean, it was incredibly fucking uncomfortable to watch. But everyone saw the same video.
Yep.
What baffles me is the brain dead fucking takes that I keep seeing from the right wing. Of on the other side, you keep hearing these people that are saying like, oh well, he had some underlying medical condition and his esophagus wasn't exactly all that healthy, so you know, it wasn't exactly this dude's fault. No, you stupid dense motherfucker. Of course, it was the fault of the fucking pig who put his boot.
Yeah.
The Twinkie defense.
Really back.
I'm sorry.
Let me bite my tongue.
No, because you know what? No,
We
it's
all saw the
true,
same
dude.
video.
It's true.
Sorry, I'm
Because
getting
you know what? Just because, like, oh, he might have had, like, a health issue that caused to that. Yeah, well, that's why you don't do that. That's why you don't treat people like fucking giant slabs of meat. You don't treat them like fucking...
Rewind here a bit. Every time I start talking about this, I get super pissed.
No, I feel you, dude. I feel you. Trust me, it's hard for me to talk about too. I usually I can rant quite succinctly, but on this, I feel like I'm all over the place because it's really fucking angering. It's frustrating. It's fucking it makes you pissed. It really fucking does.
And
Are those
I'm
tanks?
trying, like, I struggle really hard to try to let my anger, guide my political views, if that makes any sense. Because if I just did that, let's not go down that road. But I'm trying to look at this objectively. And like I was saying earlier, is that we all saw the same video. There's, I think, 2 videos of this arrest happening, the kind of security cam footage of him originally getting arrested, and the video that was taken by the onlookers. But both of them still tell the same story. And either way, there's people who walk away from this looking like, oh, well, it's not exactly the fucking cops' fault that this dude died. It's like, what the fuck does it take for you to realize that these people are abusing their power? Does this, like, if this cop, I guarantee you, if he pulled out a fucking gun and shot him in his head, there would still be right-wingers out here talking about, like, well, he shouldn't have resisted arrest. Well, he should have just...
See, here's the problem. This is only footage, too. Like, back when I did my clinicals for phlebotomy, I remember talking to one of the guys that did clinicals in the the university hospital, and like they were talking about this guy who's like cuffed to the bed, and he got hit by a car from the fucking cops. Oh, yeah. And at what point in the training where you're like, okay guys, you cannot hit them with the car, that's not okay.
Okay, hold on. I want to challenge somebody here in the comments. I've been reading the chat, and I want to challenge this fucking dude. I see what you're saying. There's some wise ass in the chat that's saying it's not the cops that should be prosecuted. It should be the gang violence. Okay.
What?
Number one, hold on. Let's peel this apart layer by layer. Number one, it's not the cops that should be protested. Fuck you. You're wrong. It absolutely is the cops that should be protested. And number two, the gang violence. Can you point to me the gang that's out here, causing this protest? What gang are you talking about?
No,
this isn't gang shit.
That's just silly. In fact,
this isn't the fucking Bloods and Crips coming out of their woodwork going like, "Oh man, we don't like the cops." No, this is average, everyday fucking workers like you and me going out and saying this police shit is
exactly. What gangs caused this? That doesn't even make sense.
Gangs.
Black people. Black people just need to stop committing crimes, guys. If black people didn't commit crimes, this wouldn't happen.
Okay, and you're also not looking at
That's basically the argument you're making.
Okay, multiple things. One, this is like an Andy Worski argument. Second off, there are levels to this. Okay, you're talking about black on black violence, okay? Those are two people that have disagreements, that live in a poor neighborhood, that do not have help they need, and cops are regularly killing them. And I hate this too, because you know what? They're like, okay, what about black cops? They're like, the issue with black cops is the fact that they feel like they have to be worse to their own people because there is peer pressure within the force. So there is a lot of corrupted rot here that needs to be swept out. There won't be gang violence if you clean up the areas and if you clean up the cops and then you actually make people feel safe around them.
Well, you're kind of getting to the root of the issue, which is kind of something that I wanted to bring up before I got seemingly pissed off at the fucking police officers. But you said that, what really is the root of this gang violence shit? At the end of the day, what really is it? It's, fill in the blank, poverty. It's people who fucking are out there trying to sling drugs and shit because they don't have a basic standard of living that's provided by their government. People who got laid off for X, Y, or Z reason because some fucking corporation shipped off their job overseas, or whatever the fuck reason it is. There's a big problem here in this country we don't have a basic safety net for people at the very bottom So then they start resorting to shit like gang violence and fucking, you know what I mean? We're not addressing the root of the problem, and most people just default to the dumbass fucking positions they have, like, oh, well, just don't do crimes, lol. It's like,
well, that's the problem. The dishonest media never lets us get to the root of the problem. It doesn't even talk about the root of the problem. Here's what the media will probably be talking about.
Hold on, guys. Get more cops, less gang violence. Simple. Knees don't kill people. People kill people. Hey, can somebody do me a fucking favor and ban this brain dead piece of shit? Thanks.
I mean,
sorry.
I've been ignoring the chat for the most part, because when the chat gets this full, it gets really trolly.
Chelsea did a wonderful job. I don't know if she's still there fixing it, but she did a beautiful job.
Dude, hold on a second. Hey, Chelsea, I know you have no idea who I am, but like, you're fucking awesome, bro. I appreciated the streams you did on TJ's channel. They were funny as shit, and I hope you do more of them in the future. And thank you for calling this chat. You're doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, dude, Chelsea's the best.
No, what I was gonna say to this is, like, okay, it has been proven statistically, if you have a better way of living, there's less crime. And you know what? I'm never gonna feel bad for that human being that doesn't have a place to live and steals like a loaf of bread to survive. And then we have these racist laws like the 3 strikes you're out law, where if you get caught stealing 3 times, you just end up in jail permanently or some shit. We have these.
That's an absolutely abhorrent law. I believe, I'm not entirely sure, so don't quote me on this, but I believe that whole 3 strikes rule was perpetrated by a bunch of fucking police department lobbyists who were like, you know what, we don't have exactly enough people committing crimes, but we have enough people that are committing crimes over and over again, so can we have like this 3 strikes law so we can throw them in jail and get a couple more taxpayer dollar money? Thanks. No,
makes
the
perfect
reason it's so fucked up is because that the police departments have this destructive fucking corporate motive.
It's so clear that people are just a commodity in this fucking country. People are just a commodity. It's basically like we're expendable. We're expendable to them, and we're more expendable to them depending on the color of our skin, clearly. Or maybe what we're worth or how much money we make. Definitely by how much money we make. But then it's like, well, because see, once you have like a bunch of like poor white cops. I mean, these aren't like a bunch of rich, they're just cops. They're not like they're not fucking living in giant mansions or anything.
Yeah, like I don't want to. I hate to bring this up, and I really don't want to play fucking identity politics, but this is true, and this is something that I've noticed within my life. I am part of like, I think 3 minorities, 4, I guess, which is like, I'm part Asian, I'm part Latin, I'm I'm bisexual, and I'm an atheist. All of those are minorities that I've considered in this country, and it's hard to measure really, but you do really get the sense of I don't know, separation. Is that the best word? It's really hard for me to summarize like how I feel going through everyday life at work and school and all the different fucking places I've been. But at some point, those labels do mean something. Not, they shouldn't, but they do in the way that these institutions treat you, or whether or not they want to hire you, or whether or not they want to be around you or hear about you. And that kind of attitude manifests in people just being complacent about, it's like, oh, another fucking white cop shot another black person. Oh, well, it's just the way it is. Yeah, but it shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
Also, I kind of wanted to call this out. I don't know if anyone else, because I know people hate everyone has heard this and everyone's strawman this, and I'm surprised people haven't even brought it up in the chat considering how many trolls there are. The whole slave talk that's like, well, you weren't a slave, it was your blah 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 that was a slave. I do kind of want to point out that our jail system is set up like slaves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they work for like pennies on the dollar.
Oh, I was pointing this out the other day. You know what? Whoever finally like made the decision in the government, whoever, like whatever like group of like people, I guess like Lincoln's party or whatever, got together and were like, yeah, we can end slavery. Or actually, No, maybe not. I'm not gonna put that on Lincoln and the people that were fighting against this. I'm gonna say definitely the people on the other side. No,
it's about 50 years ago when our jail system went really bad.
No.
About 50 years ago.
No, that's fine. But I'm saying whoever fucking convinced these people, these corporatists, these capitalists, these hardcore, whatever, like, we need to get rid of slavery once and for all, I'm convinced that all they were like, well, what are we gonna do? We're not gonna have a slave class. It's fine. We'll just use the poor people. We'll just.
Well, that's the thing, though, Jay. Well, we have the system that
That's
we have
what
now
it is.
Basically, I've always called it slavery with extra steps.
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
is.
Oh, well, you're not a slave. You got a little job and you could buy shit. It's like.
It is.
Okay,
It's slavery with extra
my
steps.
shitty-
That's the system
my
we're
shitty
living
little
in, guys.
Well, I was actually saying prison was straight up actually slavery. That's what I was saying, because like.
Oh no, it is.
Yeah, like that's straight up slavery. Like you'll work like a hard labor job and maybe make $1. I don't think you make $1. Like, and the things you buy
The
is
difference
ramen.
being, though, is that when you're in prison, at that point, most of society's like, yeah, who cares what happens to them? They're like bad for one reason or another. Let's not take into account the fact that a lot of people that are in those jails shouldn't be in there in the first place for a bunch of non-violent crimes that shouldn't even fucking be considered crimes in the first place, if we're being completely honest. But either way, there's this attitude around people who are either current or ex-convicts. They're like, yeah, you're kind of a lesser person because,
Well, get a job. Here, let's be real. Get a job.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Let's do a scenario, and because I don't like to use the sex offender level, but like this is a good example because to actually get registered as a sex offender is really easy. Let's say if you
can get registered for peeing in an alley.
Yeah. So let's say
this is kind of an aside, but Skep Jesus, can you remind me what the 13th Amendment is?
Yeah.
I don't know it off the top of my head.
Put that in the chat. No. So okay. Let's say you peed in an alley, okay, and you got registered as a sex offender. Where are you gonna live? What job can you have? No place is gonna hire you, and no place is gonna rent to you. You are literally like a piece of shit, and the best place for you is honestly jail, because nowhere else is gonna house you. That's how bad it is, and that's with some of our laws. And it's same if you got convicted. Depending on your convictions, you'll be lucky if you can get like a mechanic job.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
It really is a system that a lot of people say it's like, oh well, the system's broken. It's like, no, the system was built that way. it kept in mind that people who were once ex-convicts or are impoverished or whatever, yeah, they're by the means of our society, they're worth less, and it's okay if something bad happens to them because the X, Y, and Z reasons. 13th Amendment bans slavery except for prisoners, makes a special exception. That explains a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, at that point, there are white slaves too. And if you have a family member that's in jail, you can say, yeah, actually, my mother or father was actually a slave at this point.
Well, yeah, dude. That's why, like, they needed like a tiny, but ever since that, like, you just know they've been just growing and growing like that. Like, because let's be clear, like, there is slavery going on in this country. Look, we got the rich fucking plantation owners sitting on top, owning everything. They got their giant mansions, multiple giant mansions. They're billions and billions. They got more money than they could ever know what to do with. The generations and generations of their family members will never be able to spend.
If you'll allow me, oh, sorry, Jake.
And we're all just fucking working. We're all slaving away. We're all fucking expected to do all the work in the country and get the bare minimum, just enough. And most of us can't even afford that. Can't even afford 3 hots and a cot, yo. Can't even afford a roof over your fucking head. Can't even afford to keep yourself. Hey, at least the slaves got free fucking health care because the slave masters needed to keep the slaves fucking healthy. Our owners don't even care about that anymore because they're like, hey, there's so damn many of them. If a bunch of them die, or kill themselves because they're so deep into medical debt they can't handle it, well, it's fine. We'll just preach to them that, hey, you guys need to keep on breeding, need to keep having more fucking children to join the fucking workforce, become more fucking cogs in the machine.
Excellent rant, Jay. Dude, I'm gonna drink for that. That was fucking beautiful.
It's fucking true.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. I'm like 5 beers into like this fucking 12-pack that I just bought.
Damn, dude, that's what I want. I want a drink, yo.
I'll make a
Dude,
drink here in a second.
what's
I just want to
stopping you,
make one comment before we go. Before I go make drinks for us. No, you are right, Jay. They are a cog, and you know what? I think that's why we're opening the economy, because you know what? The rich can still quarantine. The rich will be fine. We need to go back and start making them more money, though.
You guys are making a bunch of good points, and I want to address every single one of them, but I have a very limited attention span, so let me just interject here for a second. Somebody in the chat
BRB, I'm
actually
gonna go
said
make
something
drinks.
that I wanted to. Okay. What's her name? Twisted Needles. He brought up a good point. He says that the cop was a piece of crap and deserves to rot. By the way, all you Bernie supporters should vote Trump. Well, he didn't make a good point, but it's a point that I wanted to address. Maybe I shouldn't be reading the chat, but I'm genuinely curious. Needles, why do you think that Bernie supporters should drift towards Trump? I'm genuinely curious to see what your motive of thinking is.
You know what?
Me personally, I was a hardcore Bernie supporter. I'm not voting Trump. No fucking way in hell you can get me to vote for Trump.
I'm not. Look, I'm gonna say this. I believe that Trump. I can see that argument from some level. I'm not there, because okay, Trump would need to do several things in order for me to support him, and I guess what it comes down to is, okay, what it comes down to is not that I think that Trump will do these things, but that I think Trump is more likely to do these things, okay? And what Trump would need to do is, I mean, he would need to at least two or three of these. He would need to Medicare for all, UBI, legalize marijuana, federal jobs guarantee, which he'll never do that. What is it? Demilitarize the police, immigration reform. If he were to take, you get my point. If he were to take 2 or 3 of Bernie's positions and be like, and just run with them and be like, you know what? I'm gonna be an actual fucking populist in this election. I would vote for him, or I'd support him. I can't vote.
I love Bernie. I really do. I love his policies. I love that he's
Right.
been in the public space for like the better half of like 50 plus fucking years now. Bernie's he's a rock star in the political sphere. You know what I mean? But he was so weak. He could have used his leverage against Biden. And I'm going to steal a bit from secular Kyle Koenigsky's here to say that Bernie absolutely could have used his leverage to say, hey, Biden, check it out. I have a massive, massive fucking following that could turn over to vote for you should you do these executive orders. And, to the stuff that you just listed off, the big ones like, legalize marijuana, Medicare for all, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? The whole Bernie MO. But he fucking didn't.
Well, now, that was the thing. And I agreed with that. I wanted him to do that. But here was my caveat. See, Bernie should have done that. That was his first mistake, was not doing that. My next thing was, he should have, after that, and I hate this because it never would have happened because of Democrat Party unity. But he should have gone to Biden with his list, say, yup, executive orders, I want you to do at least 5 of these, and I'll support you. Then, when Biden inevitably said no, he should have said, okay, gone over to Trump, gave him the exact same pitch. Abso-fucking-lutely. Because you know what? I think Trump actually might have listened. I think Trump actually might have considered it, especially if it came from the other side. He would have taken that help from the other side and been like, oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, let's take down these Democrats once and for all. Because he would see it as the ultimate troll. He would see it as the ultimate troll, teaming up with Bernie Sanders. He'd be like, yeah, you know what? I'll get this stuff implemented, because you know what? Bernie could actually make that argument. Well, maybe not Bernie himself, but someone could make the argument. I could see the argument being made to Trump. Look, Trump, if you pass these policies, you're going to be a god. I know your current base right now, a lot of them might not understand it, but you know what? The people on the left, they're not going to care about any of the shit you've said. They're going to fucking revere you. You are going to go down as the greatest president in history. Literally. And you know what? The people in your base that don't understand it first, once they realize how good these policies are, they're going to be on the same side. Everyone in America will be on your side. I honestly think that if you pitched it to Trump in that way, he might actually.
Hey, Chelsea, have a good night, man. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, no, I feel that too, Chelsea. Trust me, the emotions and the fucking it's a lot, dude. I hope
do you
you're.
mind if I plug my Twitter, by the way? I know this is out of nowhere, but like I want to plug my shit.
Go for it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Hey guys, check out my Twitter. It's die96. I think my handle is like Comrade Weeb or something, some stupid shit like that. Follow it. I have some stupid takes and I post Animal Crossing pictures. Thanks.
Yeah, dude. Follow Silver on whatever the fuck you're going by now, dude.
Armisail. Yeah,
it's really hard for
I'm
me
trying
to
to
like.
get that setting. No, it's all good. That's a fucking username I came up with when I was trying to play World of Warcraft back in like 2010, and I don't like it anymore. I'm trying to outgrow it.
You know what?
That's neither here nor there.
Okay, that one wasn't
Comrade
bad.
Weeb.
Do you want to take a guess, Silverflare, what my original WoW name was? Magic Cox. Magic XOX, because I like hugs and kisses. But then when people look at it, they're like, I see Magic Cox. And I'm like, oh my god. And I tried to report myself to change it, and they're like, no, it's still fine.
Yeah. So I have a question for both of you guys. I know that Jay can't technically vote. I'm not sure if you can or not, Jess, but...
Yeah, I can vote.
Okay, well, do you mind if I ask what you're planning to do with your vote?
Right now, I don't want to vote
and
for either.
hypothetically, what Jay would do if he could vote?
Oh.
I'm at a point where, like, I don't agree with either politically, so I don't want to vote for either. I might just leave it blank, honestly, and vote for my local city shit because that's what's important. But honestly, I might just leave it blank. Or write in Bernie or something. Like, I could not go through with it.
Yeah.
Or a good buddy cremate.
Well, theoretically, Jay, if you could vote, what do you think you would have done with your vote? You were born in Canada, were you?
Yeah. If I could vote, honestly, right now, here's what I would do with my vote. At least where it stands right now, I would, because I'm probably at the point, you might actually be surprised that I'd say this, because a few weeks ago, I might have said I would write in Bernie. I would fill out the down ballot, which is far more important in my opinion, and I'd find all the progressive local, candidates and make sure to vote for them. But at this point, I think I would actually rather write in Andrew Yang. I don't know, dude. I'm actually I'm jumping back on that Yang train, dude. The fucking Yang actually seems to be doing stuff. He actually seems to have the potential to actually get shit done, and people seem to like him. People aren't hating on him as much as Bernie, and I think it's gonna help him. So honestly, I would put my vote if I had a vote. I would throw a write-in vote as like a protest vote. Third party, baby. I'm not that excited by the third party. I might consider it, but it would be either third party. I would either vote for Howie Hawkins or I would do a write-in for Andrew Yang or Bernie Sanders. Right now, I'm leaning more towards Andrew Yang though.
I've been struggling with what I want to do with my vote, and the thing about someone's vote is that me personally, I would never shame anybody for however they chose to use their vote, whether it is for someone that I hate or someone that I like, someone that I think is completely 100% ineffectual, or just not using it at all. That is your right as an American fucking citizen to use your vote however the fuck you please. So I don't care how anybody else votes. Shit, absolutely. It might even be like a little symbolic gesture, but at the end of the day, I do believe that in an ideal world, everybody's vote should count. So as for mine, there's so many people that are about to cringe right now, but please just allow me to explain my reasoning. I am planning on voting for Biden. I know, cringe. Now, don't get me wrong, I fucking hate this geriatric piece of shit who cannot find the end of every other sentence that he begins. He's a piece of shit. I hate his corporate policies, but the reason I'm gonna vote for him is because I cannot fucking wait to bully this geriatric fucking retard for the next 8 years to give us the policies that this fucking society needs. Trump, you can't bully Trump. There's no fucking way that you
I don't know that you can.
Hey, Trump, give us Medicare for all. Dude, Biden, at this point, he is, he's buckled down on a couple of issues. for the American left. There's some issues that he's drifted a little further left to, so that he can try to appease these people so he can get into office. Now, will it go that way for sure? I don't know. I'm not that confident. And that voting for Biden comes with a big fucking but. That is, but who the fuck is going to be his VP? And on top of that, how do we know that VP? How do we know that we're not going to be looking at the actual fucking president for the next 8 years?
Well,
I think
my vote is absolutely subject to change at this point.
What is it? I don't know
if they're going to bring out like.
If people heard, but
Sorry, go ahead.
Klobuchar got kicked out of that. By the way, Klobuchar is officially.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, she got, because of her history. They said she was a no-go. My fear is it's Warren, because Warren's a complete sellout. Though she was pretending to be progressive, and then they told her to wave her tits around and be like, "I'm a woman," and then that failed because that didn't work for Hillary. It's not going to work here.
Oh my god! Can we take a second to talk about the fucking Hindenburg campaign that was the Warren fucking campaign this year? It was embarrassing. Warren, dude, if you had asked me like a year ago who I think some of the best Congress people were, I'd say like, oh yeah, Warren, she's pretty good. She did fucking, Wall Street shit that was all right. And dude, this election was a 100% mask off moment for her. She proved undoubtedly 100% that she does not care about the policy that Bernie has. Had she really believed that, then she would have endorsed Bernie, and she wouldn't have fucking stayed in what was the state that it wasn't Super Tuesday, it was whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about, when she decided not to drop out and fucked over Bernie. She does not believe in those policies. Had she actually believed in them, then she would have led the fucking path for Bernie to win. But no, she's a careerist who cares. All she cares about is becoming VP.
Have you heard the latest? Like the latest thing, she was like talking over and over again. She called out everyone, "You're taking super PAC. You're taking super PAC." Guess what she's doing right now? I think it's this weekend. She is doing an online fundraiser for super PACs for fucking Biden.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Elizabeth Warren cares. Okay, she cares about corruption. She wants it to end. She cares about America. Yeah, dude. She's a good person.
I made a really strong white Russian, by the way.
The only president who had a fucking chance at ending this corruption. What a fucking progressive. Thank you, Warren.
Yeah, dude.
I made a really.
By the way, can you guys hear me? Okay, I'm like whispering into my little microphone here.
Yeah, you do sound a little quiet.
Yeah.
I was gonna point out I did make Jay a really strong white Russian, so that's why he's probably gonna be a little drunk.
Hey man, hey homie, you know what, dude? I'm like, what the fuck am I drinking? I have no clue what I'm drinking. Oh, I'm drinking, I'm drinking Piss Beer fucking Coors Banquets, and I'm like on my 6th pen. So it's all good.
Okay, creamage is around. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm gonna add creamage.
Let's bring some. Yeah, man, bring some more people in here. Let's have a robust fucking political discussion, man.
Let's have like okay.
3 in the morning.
I'm gonna warn you, dude. Creamage is a little bit on the.
Actually,
I don't even know where creamage is at. Let's just bring him on and find out.
Dude, bring him on. I want to hear the fucking chaotic force that is creamage. I don't think I've ever been in the same.
Oh, okay. Here we go. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So we're waiting for creamage to join here. We're gonna see what
Oh, there he is. I think.
Yo, what's up?
What it do,
Hey,
yo?
Creamage.
Been a long
Nice to
time,
meet you.
dude.
Hey, are we still streaming or
Yeah.
I believe so.
whereabouts?
On YouTube. Same place you were in the stream earlier. It's still up.
Yeah, I saw you in the chat, man.
Unless it
I
got
can't
banned.
see it. I
No,
can't see it in the.
Still
I can't see it anymore for some reason.
I don't know. That's
Well,
weird.
hey, man.
It's
Hyun says he wants to join too. If you want to get him in here.
Hyun. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's find Hyun. How's it going? So creamage. I don't even know, dude, cause I don't know where you stand on this. My view of you, and maybe this is a little unfair, but my view of you is as like a raging white supremacist that's like on the side of the cop, being like, yeah, fuck these black people, got what they deserved.
Wait, why is that your view of me?
I don't know, cause you're a Sargon sycophant.
Oh, you like Sargon, eh?
No. Yeah, I enjoy Sargon.
Yo,
But no,
Chelsea's
fuck
saying
the
that they're
fuck,
hiding your
fuck the
stream.
cop.
Hold on,
He should be in jail for a long
shut
time.
up for a second. Chelsea's saying that they're hiding your stream.
They're
You know anything
hiding
about
my
that?
they're hiding my
Yeah.
stream. Damn.
Yeah, because I closed it before,
Found it earlier.
and
I mean, dude,
I was gonna have a bit of a nap, but
I mean, dude,
I
50
can't see it
people,
anymore.
50 people found it. It was like the view count was like higher than it's ever been earlier. Well, not ever, but been in a while.
I noticed that we had a pretty high view.
Like,
Hey, Josh Tiller, by the way, I do agree that weed for life, but like, I can't smoke here and not make a big smell. You know what I'm saying? Anyways.
Can you just link the
That's fine.
channel when you're streaming
So
in the
I'm,
chat?
I'm just taking the piss,
Discourse.
Screamage. What is I don't know. This is probably not a great time to have that discussion, but I actually have been wanting to have like a political debate with you because I don't know, dude. We used to have a lot of political disagreements. On
There weren't too many. There weren't too many. We were pretty civil about
Creamage,
and
hey,
stuff like that. But,
I know we've never talked before, but like, do me a favor, because I'm like really curious. Hit us with your hottest fucking take, and let's start this robust political discussion. Let's go.
About what? Give me a topic.
Dude, just give me a
Well,
hot
this
take.
topic.
Whatever hot take
What's
burning as
your
a fucking cinder coal in your mind. Give it to us. Let's see what it is. Shit, I don't know. I might agree. Let's hear it.
Okay, sure. Has everyone seen TJ's recent video about I Love Riots?
I
Yeah.
love that video, but yes.
You love that video? Okay,
I love that video,
I'm
man.
not
I
I'm
was
not a fan of
pumping
it.
my fucking
You're not-
fists
of
in
course
the-
you're
in
not
the
a
air
fan.
As that
See-
video was fucking playing.
See, he's not a fan of it.
Yeah.
See why I characterize Creamage as a raging white supremacist? Jokingly, of
Yeah.
course.
That video doesn't make you a white supremacist. Yeah, white supremacist.
Yeah, I just don't think looting and rioting is the right form of discourse. Like peacefully protesting, go
I
fucking
mean,
nuts. But what they're
how
doing,
many
what they're doing,
how many
is
peaceful
really
protests?
fucked up.
How many peaceful protests actually fucking accomplish something? How many times do we have to peacefully
Well,
assemble?
okay, sure. What is this accomplishing?
You know what? Let me step in here for a second.
You know what?
So, to Creamage's point,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't like violent protesting. I don't.
No, I don't-
exactly enjoy seeing people getting hurt and all that shit. But as for what does it accomplish, dude? These riots ended up getting this motherfucker fucking arrested. Now, do we know if he's gonna? Get
No,
charged? No. Do I like that shit's gonna fucking go to
the
ground?
riots.
No, but
The riots of themselves did not get him arrested. He would have been arrested otherwise.
How do
He
you know
would have
that?
been. No,
How do
he
you
would
know
have
that?
been. He literally killed someone.
Dude, do you
In
know how
broad
many of
daylight.
these? Do you know many of these fucking cops have gotten away with this before? Being on camera, shooters like, oh well, he lost his job. He lost his job, guys. What do you want? Hey, we fired him, right?
Yeah, it's happened. It's happened before. That's been publicized.
It's
in the
happened
media
every
and
time.
whatnot.
It happens
Not
every time.
No, it doesn't. It really fucking doesn't. This kind of reaction, like everyone gets triggered by this video clip, which is justifiably really, really fucked up, and it shouldn't have happened. This guy should get prosecuted to the full extent of the law. He murdered a dude in broad daylight. It happens. This kind of reaction is just completely unjustified.
This
is
kind of
burning down
okay,
build.
hold on, hold on,
Okay,
guys.
okay,
I'm gonna-
sorry.
I'm gonna
Okay,
step in here for a
maybe-
second.
No, sorry. Can I just go back to like TJ's video where it's like, yeah, fuck Target, fuck
Yeah,
whatever
I
the other,
agree.
like big chain was.
Dude,
Yeah,
those
I'm
places
just
can
like,
be
okay.
rebuilt. They can be rebuilt.
Yeah, sure they can. But at what point does that stop? So does that mean that any kind of big franchise, if they're getting burnt down for the sake of that just
Well,
because it's
hold on
run
a
by
second.
big fucking millionaires that have a fuckload
Well,
of money,
okay,
it's
let's-
like,
let's
okay,
take
do it for just all the fucking time.
You know
It's
what?
So,
This is
like,
class
no.
warfare,
Alright, yeah,
motherfucker.
TJ's logic. No, hang on.
Time out,
TJ's
time
logic,
out,
taken
time out,
to the
time
nth
out,
degree,
time out.
is really, really fucked. Really
No,
fucked. It shouldn't
No,
be.
what's
promoted.
really what's
Alright,
really
hold on, guys.
fucked?
But
What's
the
really
thing is,
fucked?
it-
Hang
what,
on,
what if,
I'm gonna
what
mute
if they
you.
did this to small business, to small businesses?
Okay, I'm gonna mute you. What's really fucked, dude, is the fucking perpetuation of this shit. What's really fucked is the fact that fucking black people are afraid to roam the streets without getting killed by cop. What's fucked is that this shit happens over and over and over again, and nothing changes. I'm sorry, I cannot be pissed at these protesters. I can't bring myself to condemn these people who are just fed up and tired and sick of watching their fellow brothers and sisters being killed in the streets.
No.
It's
thing is,
sickening.
this is not a perpetual thing that's happening.
Yes, it is.
This is not a perpetual thing. No, it's not.
Shut up.
No,
it's
it's
my turn.
not. Okay, go.
All right, Creamy, shut up. It's my turn. All right, so I think I'm kind of in the middle, like halfway in between both of you guys' positions. And I dropped for a little bit, so I didn't hear like the last 30 seconds. But from what I was able to gather between you two, yeah, you know what, dude? It does fucking suck when small businesses get burned to the ground. There's a really famous video of, I think, like the 1992 LA protest where there was like some random guy who had his fucking small business burned down, where he worked really hard to build it up. Yeah, he was in fucking tears because his shit got fucked up.
Yeah, these
And
people
there's
weren't
a recent
attacking
example
small
from this one, too.
businesses, though.
You know what, dude? These riots, I'll tell you what. There's a piece of me that every time when I saw that fucking video footage of that CNN being fucking protested and having their stupid fucking corporate logo spray painted on and having a guy climb on the very top and wave a Black Lives Matter flag, that filled me with joy. But on the other hand, I don't like the fact that there's fucking random everyday average people who have absolutely nothing to do with this getting their lives uprooted. Yeah, you know
Exactly.
what, dude?
That's my
Riots-
point.
No, I know. Riots, yeah, they're fucking ugly. They're not a pretty thing to witness. Not for everybody.
You know what?
I definitely wouldn't want to have like
This
my
is causing-
The family of
George.
George Floyd had their lives uprooted.
Jay, I know. Let me just finish up this point, and then you guys can get back to like clobbering each other over with your fucking words. But the point I'm trying to make is that, dude, riots, yeah, they're fucked up. Shit gets burnt down. It's gonna take weeks to fix. There's
Cops
people
just
who
punched a
had
woman.
nothing to do with this. Yeah,
Dude,
no
cops
one-
have been
no
cops
one on
have
either
been
side of these fucking
attacking
riots.
protesters. This has been happening, guys. This has been on camera. You really think? Oh yeah. Because here's the thing: these protesters, for the most part,
know
have been
what? Okay, hold on.
peaceful.
Okay, Jay.
And by the
hold on.
way,
Just made a perfect point right
hold
there.
on, Jay.
Hold on, guys.
Is there a time in when a cop can be become violent towards a protester?
Towards a
it
protester?
justified?
No. It is only
look.
justified. It is never justified for a
It's
cop to
never
use force
justified.
unless their own life is at risk or the lives of others are at risk.
Oh,
Otherwise,
have you seen
hold on,
the
you guys.
footage? Have
Hey,
you seen
yo,
the footage?
Yo, okay, yes, I've seen the footage. I want to bring up a point that Skep Jesus made in the chat that I actually kind of resonate with. He said that my criticism is that the riots would be more effective if they were coordinated towards the police/government.
well,
but
I
riots are
actually
like
agreed with
tornadoes.
that. Well, no, go ahead. Actually, I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, that's kind of my point. Look, Creamy, I can honestly empathize with the whole like riots. Yeah, they're destructive. Yeah, and that honestly though, that's kind of the fucking point. So on one, you know,
Yeah,
what,
they
dude,
get
I'm not
attention.
the biggest fan of riots. And they get attention, and the whole point that all these people are going around just like looting shit and busting down fucking buildings and stuff. When it comes to like shit like Target getting down, I don't give a fuck. These corporate
Yeah, no.
entities won't even notice it at the bottom line,
Nope.
on their fucking bottom line at the end of the
Of
year.
co- of course they don't.
It's not even gonna
But-
be a fucking
okay,
blip on their
okay, sure.
fucking
On-
radar. I don't care about
Okay,
those.
hold on. On the other end, so these looters that are grabbing a bunch of TVs and whatever they might be, they're opportunists.
Yeah.
Right.
and-
Okay.
and-
Can I just say? Oh, no, because first of all,
Are they
most of the
grabbing- are they-
looting.
hold on,
Most of the
hold on,
loot, no,
Jay.
no. Most
Hold
of
on,
the
Jay,
looting
hold on.
actually
Are
happened
they
the next day. No, most of the looting actually happened the next day. There was some people
they
being
grabbing-
opportunists, but the people that were protesting. By the way, there's no proof that the actual protesters were the ones. In fact, there's some proof that looks like cops were the ones that started breaking shit and destroying shit.
They may have been.
Yes.
There's no proof of that. There's
No, okay,
against
hold on.
or for that.
Okay.
Okay,
no.
but
Both of you
okay,
are right, both of you are
the
right,
people
hold
that are
on.
grabbing TVs, etc. What they want the fucking TV. It's not this like
Sure.
big.
And I disagree with
look at
those
me.
people, but that is
I'm,
not the
uh,
majority of the
Look,
people
I'm gonna tell you right now,
that
if
is
Target
not
next
the
to me right now is
majority.
on fire, and I know that I could go over and grab a fucking 50-inch plasma TV and not get charged with it. You better fucking believe that I'm gonna go claim my free fucking TV. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and something tells me Creamage would too, but
I wouldn't because I'm afraid of
No one
fire.
fucking wouldn't.
But-
Because if I was identified, I'd get fucked on. Like,
Oh, yeah,
fuck
okay.
that shit.
Rose
Dude.
Black brought up a point that someone kind of
I'm a
touched on earlier.
law-abiding citizen.
Rose was saying that, has anyone heard that supposedly one of the protesters was actually a cop plant? It
Yeah,
sounds
that's-
conspiratorial.
that's what I was
although
just
I've seen
saying.
Photos.
No, that's
Now,
what it
Cambridge
looks
is
like.
right that
That's
Cambridge is
extremely
right, there is
conspiratorial.
nothing-
It may or may not have been.
Yeah, we don't
Who
know for
fucking
sure.
knows?
We don't know
You
for
need
sure.
proof.
Okay,
Let's take
here's what
a step back. Hold on. Sorry, Jay. Let me interrupt you for a second. Let's take a step back. Let's imagine. Does that sound like something that's out of the fucking realm of possibility for these fucking
No.
things to do?
Not even close, dude.
Do you think for a fucking
It's
second that the same police
possible.
department
It's
that
possible.
can
By the
just
way,
Right, this shit is
okay,
is
possible.
above like,
Can
no,
I just-
we shouldn't fucking make the rioters look bad. Abso-fucking-lutely
Can I just
they
get
would.
back to
Did they?
something, by the way? Okay, because look, here's the thing. Yes, it might have gotten out of hand. Yes, there were people there that took it too far. I don't believe that was the majority of these fucking protesters or what they intended or what they were trying to fucking do here. Okay?
Thank you, Canadian Fuhrer.
The majority of them were gathering around. There was we were watching it earlier. A bunch of them were standing in front of the White House. They weren't doing shit. They weren't burning down the White House. They were screaming no justice, no peace. They were screaming Black Lives Matter. What's the fucking problem with that? Oh, so
What's
dangerous.
more like? Okay, hold on. What's more likely, the protesters that are extremely angry and going fucking mental, burning down these buildings, looting these buildings, being plants, or they're just angry fucking protesters, violent
both.
protesters?
I would
Which
say
is
the
more
latter.
likely?
The latter, I should say.
They're just, these are the people that are burning down places and doing all these really reprehensible crimes that really shouldn't be
No,
occurring. They're not-
no,
they're
because
not
again,
installed- they're
no,
not
no,
installed
you're
in any
blaming
fucking space.
the whole group for what a few people are doing, okay? Because this is the most of these people are not there
not
to
saying
tear
all of
shit
them
down.
doing it.
Okay, so condemn the because those aren't actually protesters. Those are opportunists. I'm talking about protesters here. This is what we're fucking talking about. These protests, okay? The fucking protests are what is good. And yeah, the fucking rioting isn't even inherently bad. The people that are looting, okay, fuck the looters. They're assholes. But you know what?
Okay,
Don't.
Hey, I just want to make a
Twisted
quick point.
Needles makes a good point in chat, and the majority of cops aren't like this guy that murdered Floyd.
Okay.
Very true.
Nah,
Both
bullshit.
are very true.
The
Okay,
majority
hold on a
of
second,
cops.
hold on a second.
You
My
don't
turn
know
to
what
talk,
the
my turn to
majority
talk,
of
so let me
cops
shut
are
up.
like.
Jay,
I know a
Are
lot
you
of cops
kidding
are
me?
like that
It's
though.
my turn. It's my turn.
We would have a lot
Let me
more.
talk,
We
let
would
me
have a
talk.
lot more.
Greenwich, shut the fuck
Sorry,
up.
go.
It's my turn to
Actually,
talk.
it's my stream, but
Calm
go
down,
ahead,
calm down.
Silver.
All right, thank
Okay.
you. Thank you very much. Okay, so you, Creamage, you actually had a different take from what Twisted Needle said. I wanted to point out that comment, but for a different reason. So, are majority of the cops just like the guy who murdered Floyd? No, I wouldn't say that a majority of the cops are fucking vicious murderers who don't care about being filmed while killing a fucking dude. No, obviously most cops aren't like that. If they were, we'd be looking at a completely different fucking, country. We'd be under fascism at this point.
Exactly.
However, everyone knows the famous saying that a couple of rotten apples ruin the bunch. There's a reason why people say that. There's the fucking goody two-shoes cop who goes around saying like, hey, neighbor, let me just pull you over and show me your license and registration. Let me make sure I don't violate any of your rights. All right, go on and have yourself a nice day. Yeah, cops like that exist. But also, we have cops just like the motherfucker who murdered George Floyd. The problem with that is that you have no fucking clue which one of those cops you're going to be getting when one of these guys approaches you for whatever reason. You have no idea. If you're sitting around fucking in your car idling for whatever reason, or if you have a forged check or whatever reason, you have no clue whether you're going to be getting Johnny Goody Two-Shoes or the motherfucker who just murdered George Floyd.
Yeah, although I don't agree that it's not the majority. I think it's probably 50-50, honestly. But
I don't know about that.
No, I think it's 50-50.
Jay.
No, 50-50. Maybe not to this level, but to the level of, yeah, I'm an asshole cop that's going to use my power. Absolutely. I think 50-50 is generous, motherfucker. Power corrupts, Don't fucking sit there and say that people with power aren't going to use it to be fucking assholes.
Yes, of course.
There's evidence of it. We see it every fucking day.
Good cops will stand for bad cops too. You know what, dude? Skep Jesus just brought a good
That's
point.
true.
Let's take for example real quick the bald
They're a
chubby
mafia.
Asian cop that we saw hanging out next to this one dude. Do we know if that guy's a bad cop or a good cop? I don't know, but the fact that he stood by complacent while the bigger fucking cop murdered this dude, like, you see what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't matter that there's, oh, well, some of them are good. It's just a couple of bad apples that are bad. At that point, we're getting to the root of the conversation here, which is what needs to be said is that the fucking police departments across this fucking country, from sea to shining sea, need to have massive fucking amounts of reformation, massive amounts of fucking ways that they educate these people. They need to go from top down, from their system, and go like, you know what? This guy, he's had a couple of instances where he violated another citizen's rights. You're fucking gone. Get the fuck out of here and go work at McDonald's. Here's the cops that fucking followed their rules and kept their little officer cameras on. They can stay. They followed the rules. They didn't violate another fucking citizen's rights. And for the remaining cops and any future cops that decide to sign up for this horrible fucking fascist, hold on, let me take a step back. I'm getting angry. We really need to just have massive reformation from top down across the country for these police officers.
I completely agree.
So that we make it so that instances like the ones that just happened are isolated. And every time that one of them happens, you make an example out of them. You put them in fucking prison for cold, hard murder. End of story.
I completely agree with everything you just said. I'm not sure where we're disagreeing then.
Okay, good. Which brings me to a point that I wanted to make earlier while you guys were arguing with one another. Cleavage, I don't want to just dogpile on you. I don't want to make it 2 versus 1. That seems kind of lopsided and unfair. I actually wanted to hear what your untainted fucking take is. Like, just your overall take, and not just the shit that we were talking about when you came on the stream, but like, what would you want to see come out of the situation on the other side, if that makes any sense?
It doesn't make sense. What do you mean explicitly?
I'm sorry, I'm so fucking intoxicated. So when you first joined, we started talking about this whole George Floyd shit, and for some reason Jay started calling you white supremacist.
That was a joke.
I don't know. I've never talked to you. Okay, good.
Yeah, no, that was a joke. Yeah.
I have no clue what your politics are, so I just want to hear your untainted take, if that makes any sense, on all this shit, without either one of us jumping on.
On all this shit, I think everyone's been like hypersensitized by a clip they've seen on Twitter or Facebook or wherever they've seen it, and it is a problem, a systemic problem, and it should be addressed. What you were saying before about reform. However, I think that the reaction to it is extremely overblown, and it should not be to the point where people are burning down buildings and looting and shit like that. That's really, really fucked. Again, going back to my initial point, which is referencing TJ's video, where it's like, yay, because they're millionaires, that's a good thing. It's like, okay, so taking that mentality to its nth degree, so why not just randomly burn down big franchises? Like, what's the argument against that? If that's his argument, it seems like TJ. Sorry to bring this back to TJ, but it seems like he's gone.
We're all fans of TJ here. It's all good.
Yeah, exactly. But it seems like he's going a bit too far left to the anarcho-communist kind of area of things, and it's not a good look in my eyes in regards to how I perceive him. But
you don't think it's good that he's just like generally drifting off further and further to the left as time goes on? Is that what you're trying to say? I don't want to like
well, yeah, pretty much. Like he's
See, this is why I called Cleavage a white supremacist, because I expected him to be. I expected him to be on the exact wrong side of.
Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna have to go. I'll be back.
Well, I'm actually gonna, cause I don't want to stream too much longer here. I'm actually gonna move on. I'm gonna bring Hyun on, so I'm gonna let you guys go, and we're gonna talk to Hyun for a few minutes, and then we're gonna probably wrap this up. So
okay, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, just finishing up my point. Like,
yeah, no,
TJ used
ahead.
to be like, TJ used to be like, yeah, capitalism, but with some social programs, which is pretty much my position. Just a mixed
Yeah,
economy.
that's not good
And
enough.
now he
It's not good enough,
seems to be
dude.
going a bit.
And I'd love to have this debate with you, but I'm not prepared to have this debate tonight. But I will at some point, dude, because it's not capitalism with some extra social programs is not good enough, dude. And I'm gonna say this because
No, with some justified social programs and justified regulation, like that's with the foundation of capitalism. Like that makes sense. And it seems like TJ is now going.
No, that's
now
still what he advocates
route.
for. I don't know what you're talking about with that, but
But when he's saying, "Yay, fucking," or these big companies getting burnt down, like one of their
we
franchises
need
getting burnt
change in
down,
this country.
like,
What are you talking about? You're not even in this country. Do you understand the climate of what's going on and how people are
If you don't mind me
treated?
asking,
I'm pretty sure in your country, if
where's the team?
anyone who's
it's
dealing
not
with this
as bad as
corona
what you-
crisis right now is able to just get what do are you guys giving a UBI or some kind of stimulus, some kind of like relief? Because over here we got like a one-time payment and people can't afford their fucking rent, and we're about to have mass evictions. What are you talking about? If this isn't the time for people to start a fucking revolution and start rioting in the streets, I don't know what is. People are being too hyperbolic, too hypersensitive. People aren't reacting extreme enough. My God, we've been fucking taking this shit lying down for far too long. I'm sick of this fucking fence sitting, lukewarm milk toast fucking approach of just hey guys, we need to just tweak the system a little bit and maybe things will get better, hopefully. But I mean get the fuck out of here, dude. The system is fucked. The government doesn't listen to us. They ignore us when we tell them what we want. When we tell them what politicians, what policies, what things we need. So it's fucking. Don't tell me like this. Oh, they're overreacting. No, they're fucking not. I'm so sick of that fucking narrative. But whatever, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna bring Hyun on. It's been it's been nice chatting with you, Creamage. We're gonna have a chat about politics or some shit at some point. But right now,
are you gonna kick me off too?
I'm gonna move on. I guess I'll let you stick around because you're not as contentious. But we're gonna bring Hyun on, and we're gonna wrap this up in a little bit.
Cool. Thanks for having me, by the way.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on for a bit, Creamage.
Yeah, cheers, man.
See you,
Good
Creamage.
chat.
Nice talking to you, man. Have a good one.
You too. Catch up.
Where's Creamage from, by the way?
Where's he from? I mean, he was my old co-host.
Yeah.
He.
I mean, I know that, but like,
met
what? Is he like an Australian dude?
Oh yeah. He's in Australia.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay, so he's here. Here's Hyun. We got Hyun.
I can never tell Australian from like just general UK accents.
Yeah,
I know
dude.
most people can, but I can't.
Limey fucks.
Like Jay, if you told me right now, like, oh yeah, I'm from Australia, I'd be like, oh cool. I wouldn't
I'm
even
from
question it.
Australia.
Yeah, exactly.
Oi, how's it going, matey? All right, what
Hey,
up,
it's going
Hyun?
pretty good, man.
Can you hear us, dude?
Oh god, every time.
Hi, Hyun.
Hey,
So how's what's your
Chess is back.
what's the thoughts on the what is it? The riots and what's going on?
Situation.
The situation with the riots is really a very contentious one. I'll give it that. I've been watching for the last couple nights now, and I watched TJ's video, and I thought it was actually pretty poignant. That
Yeah.
yeah,
That's why I got a little salty with Creamage, because I absolutely agree with everything TJ said in that video. And
Jay,
saying,
for those of you who don't know, is 100% a TJ simp.
uh-huh. Nah, go ahead.
This riot is, I guess I'm kind of torn between calling it a riot and calling it a protest. So if I seem kind of like
I think
wavering
it's safe
here,
to call it a riot at this point, honestly. when shit's on fire, you know, what else can you call it?
Yeah, I guess you're right on that one. Let's see. I've had to argue a lot with my previous roommate and people in another server about this, and I see so many bootlickers, and it's frustrating. It really is, because they're like, "Oh, I've seen this. Oh, the monkeys are rioting," and I'm like, "Oh my fucking god! Are you people this? Are you people? You people are fuck. You've left the fucking building. I can't even discuss with them seriously the
I
implications of
think,
this."
honestly, dude, I think, because I know exactly what you're talking about. I try to avoid social media for my mental health and all this, but this fucking story just could not keep me away from all this stuff. And
Yeah.
I as well am seeing a bunch of, the bootlickers and shit coming out of the fucking woodworks and simping for these fucking police officers and all these corporations that are getting burnt down. And honestly, I think whenever I see somebody who's advocating for, the cops and the corporations, that's just where me and whatever person is advocating for those points meet a fundamental fucking psychological divide. Because
Yeah.
Psychology is basically the way that you view the fucking world, and another person's, psychological fucking makeups make it so that whenever they see this shit, they're like, "Oh man, the cops are right, man. It's okay for the cops to like pull out their guns and shit." I don't agree with that, and there's no fucking way I'm gonna get you to agree with me on that. And that's okay. Fuck you. You're my enemy.
Yeah, there's a fundamental disconnect with people who are on the right. They see everything as sort of an individual sort of mandate, and that
Yeah.
tends to bleed into everything. That it starts with the pull yourself up by the bootstraps, which is a fucking cruel joke, to be honest.
It's a fucking
It is.
Yeah, it's a joke.
It's a fucked up joke.
Yeah,
I just have Ella, and for people who don't know what Ella's a black cat, and she's very offended by what's going on.
Oh no.
Oh, believe me, I'm offended
Black
by the
cats
fact
matter,
that
man.
Dude, black
right
cats
now
totally matter. They're like the least adopted of the cats. Like, black
Yeah,
cats are the
dude.
least loved. She, of course, says black cats matter.
So mean.
No doubt, and I've had to explain Black Lives Matter to the phrase that has a particular meaning.
I'm
It
gonna
seems
be.
to-
I'm gonna be honest about the Black Lives Matter thing, dude. I just recently like embraced that because I'm like, you know what? Like
Me too. Me too. I was gonna bring that up.
This situation made me realize, dude, and I've been saying this, like, I realize now the reason that Black Lives Matter is important to say and is because there's people out there who think that they don't. There's people out there who think Black lives don't matter. That cop was one of them. And you can be like, oh no, he's not racist. He was just being an asshole cop. No, he was being he was treating that man differently because he was black. Don't sit there and tell me that he would have done the same thing to a white man.
Not only that, but there's been like this viral picture that's been going around Twitter from what I've seen of like a litany, a fucking shit ton of white fucking, mass shooters. The I don't remember their fucking names because I don't care to remember these fucking degenerates' names.
Yeah,
a bunch of fucking white kids who
understand
went up
what
and
you're
shot
talking
schools and shit, and it showed all of them in handcuffs, just being led gracefully by a fucking police officer into their cop car and gently being put into their fucking, you know what I mean? And then it shows, above each and one of their names, killed 17 people, killed 21 people, killed 12 people, and then it shows fucking George Floyd, like, forged check. Like, that kind of shit.
Allegedly.
Yeah, kind of, like, to go back to what Jay said earlier, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if he himself killed 21 people.
Yep.
That's not how you handle it. But regardless, Jay earlier said that he kind of came around to the Black Lives Matter issue. And I kind of did as well. But, like, my take was more so of whenever I saw Black Lives Matter trending, I would always say, like, you know what, like, I sympathize with it, but I would always say, like, no lives matter. We're all equally fucking worthless, and we're all equally fucking worthless pieces of shit who don't deserve to have protested against. But it wasn't until recently that I was like, you know what, fuck this shit. Black Lives Matter.
So I kind of wanted to point this
100% on board.
And I was going to try to mention this a little earlier. And I can't remember if I watched this on DP in the old DP days or if I watched this in college. But I remember watching this video, and it was going on in detail about how they took like a list of cops, or not list, a group of cops, and they figured out which ones feel the least comfortable around. And there's cops that didn't feel comfortable around Asians. There's cops that weren't feeling comfortable around black people. And because they have this discomfort, they're more likely to be less humanizing to them. And like, if you have this issue in your force, if you have this issue, and like, this is just taking one like area and testing this, shouldn't you kind of work on fixing that?
It's not in their vested interest to fix that. It's their vested interest to protect property rights and the status quo. That's all the police force is about. That's fundamentally what it is. It's a revenue enhancement force combined with guns. They're basically like loan sharks with fucking pistols.
Breaking fucking news. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Atlanta has deployed a literal fucking child militia.
Whoa, lovely. Oh, fucking lovely.
Child militia.
Well, I'm seeing, yeah, I saw
JROTC, right? The JROTC.
I saw Vosh retweet this, so if you guys want to go ahead, just go on Vosh's Twitter. He just retweeted it.
I'll check that right now.
This is fucking crazy. These are children wearing fucking riot gear right now.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Damn.
According to him, it says, I can't find a definite source on this video, but it was reported on by the Herald Sun 15 minutes ago, mirroring the claim made in the tweet.
It's the beginning of the end, dude. It's the beginning of the end.
They are stretching.
We're all gonna die, dude.
No.
It's the end of the world. Let's admit it. Come on. I'm ready. I'm ready to embrace it. Let's go.
Actually, I'm kind of happy this happened around this time because, like, people are already tense from not being able to go outside. So, of course, this is going to help.
Well, that's why this is happening right now, because people are tense and people can't go outside. And then, like, in the midst of this crisis, they watch. Like, it's like because we've all been talking about the new normal right now. You know, we've all got a new normal. We all got to be at home. We got to work from home. We got to we got to social distance and all that. And, throughout all of that, everyone's trying to adjust to this new shit. But then people realize, there's something that didn't change. There's something that we don't get a new normal when it comes to black people being shot by cops for no reason, or being killed by cops for no reason.
I have a question. I have a very valid question.
Yeah.
Isn't it,
go ahead.
It illegal? Isn't it completely illegal to have child soldiers?
Maybe it should be.
I think so.
That's a question. That's a global question.
It should be.
Like mass murder and shit like that.
Because the Lord's Resistance
I want my answer to be
Army
yes, but the most honest answer I can give is I think so.
You know what? Okay, so
in this country, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not, dude.
you also gotta remember, like, literally the U.S. got caught doing something wrong with the UN, and the U.S. said, "Fuck you."
Yeah, it's
Damn,
typical. Man. It's typical. It's par for the course for superpowers to disregard the lesser laws like the UN because it infringes on sovereignty.
So they have
just like how China does it.
So international,
just like how China does it.
Human law, children recruiting using children under the age of 15 as soldiers is prohibited. So if they're under the age of 15, yes, it is actually legal under international law.
Wow.
Well, I guess the U.S. is breaking international law once again. Is it
When
even news at this point,
sure
dude?
What the fuck is happening
I don't
just
know.
from this video, but
Do we care?
When is it not normal for the U.S. to break international
law?
Yeah,
do we even care
we
anymore?
We're the only ones that do it, but we do it.
Yeah. No, of course we're not the only ones, but I'm saying, just like the U.S. just does it routinely. The U.S. just basically acts like it's above the law. Like, I'm not surprised. I don't know why anyone is surprised at this point.
I was just
international law is basically toilet paper. We should just wipe our ass with it at this point. That's what that's what our president does.
To be fair, every president since Truman should technically be considered a war criminal.
That's true.
According to Noam Chomsky.
Yeah. It's
According to the fucking Geneva trials or some shit.
The
Don't
Geneva
quote me on that.
Convention.
I'm drunk.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't quote me on that. I'm drunk.
it's all right. It's all right. But yeah,
Ugh.
the fundamental system is what you're seeing here is it breaking down a little bit. When George Carlin says, "I'm an entropy buff." I'm an
I
entropy
like
buff.
that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
All
See,
systems
that's
are breaking down.
and that's why I like this, yo. It's entropy. It's more entropy. What is a riot if not entropy? A pure form of
I guess-
human entropy.
I guess my take on this like whole riot shit, if I haven't already made it clear, is that you know what, dude? Me personally, I don't like riots. I like when everyone's just chill and dealing
Okay.
with this as
I mean, like
civilized
I
humans. But on the other end of that is, dude, this was a fucking tornado that was
yeah.
caused by this fucking cop piece of shit. So
Mhm.
I get why it's happening. I understand why people are fucking pissed off. I understand why people are fucking looting. And you know what? I'm not gonna make any excuses for it. Go ahead. I don't like it, but go ahead, do your
Yeah,
shit.
I'm right there with you. I don't necessarily go for riots and shit. I'm kind of everybody keep the peace, kind of keep it cool. But this was kind of bound to happen, I guess, in a way. And
Dude, I
I
think we're only seeing like the beginnings of this kind of stuff. If
I think it's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
intensify.
think about it,
It will.
think about what the fuck, what was like the domino effect that caused a bunch of fucking buildings and a whole city to like burn to, not a whole city to burn to the ground, but like you know what I'm trying
A
to
good
say.
portion of the city.
The catalyst of that was one white racist piece of fucking authoritarian pig shit stomped another poor innocent black man's neck to death. So like we're just seeing the beginnings of this kind of fucking massive
Oh, yeah.
fucking civil upheaval.
I'm gonna
What
say
the fuck
this,
are we gonna be
dude.
seeing 20 years from now? You know what I
If
mean?
this shit happens again, I don't think there's gonna be peaceful protests. I don't think the protests are gonna stop peaceful. That's what I'm gonna say.
Shit,
Because
dude,
you know
I don't
what?
think these were never peaceful.
Well, no, they were. They started peaceful, and no. There
Yeah.
are a lot
No,
of
you're
people.
right. You're right.
There are a
you're
lot
right,
of people protesting peacefully. We were watching earlier. They were protesting peacefully at the White House. I mean, yeah, they were a bit rowdy, and they were loud, and they were yelling at the
Oh,
cops.
dude, you're not gonna catch me fucking pointing a gun at the White House. No fucking way. I have common sense, and I'm pretty sure
No.
most of the people that gathered at fucking 1600 Pennsylvania way were as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But look, like I've said before, dude, if I was still, if I was in an area where these fucking protests were happening, I would want to go join in. I would want to
Oh, dude, I'd
the
go too.
peaceful
If this
ones.
shit was happening to me, if this shit was like 2 hours within my fucking
Oh,
driving
yeah.
reach, you bet your fucking ass I'd be down
Oh
there.
yeah, dude. I'd be there with my fucking. We'd be streaming it. We'd be streaming it, screaming Black Lives Matter with fucking signs and everything, dude. But but that's the thing. Like I would engage in the peaceful protests. I would not follow with the people who took it too far. I don't agree with that, and I don't want to get
Yeah,
involved in that shit.
we each have
Um,
our personal limits as far as what we're willing to entertain. That's understood
My
at this
mom,
point.
my
Right.
mom was actually living in Los Angeles during the fucking LA riots and shit before I was born. And I've heard stories of like her saying, I don't think she ever personally participated in the fucking protests that were happening during the whole Rodney King situation, but she has some crazy fucking anecdotes about those times where like
Hmm.
she said that like she was trying to go to a nightclub or some shit back in like 92 in LA, and that they had to shut down the club because a bunch of fucking rioters came over and started throwing a bunch of shit outside like across the street.
Damn.
So it's like
Wow.
I mean, it's
what that kind of
scary.
teaches me is that this shit is just cyclical. If
It is.
my own fucking mother was dealing with that shit, and I'm seeing that now within my own time, like,
Well,
what the fuck is gonna
did-
keep the next generation from not experiencing their own fucking
Until we-
crazy
Until we
Jay
have some
mentioned
real
this-
change, nothing.
Jay mentioned this
It's-
earlier with the whole the last lynching was in 1981. Like, that's not that long ago, guys.
No.
Yeah, it's not that far removed. That's only 39 years ago. And what I feel is going to happen is the struggle against the carceral state, the very state that we're in right now, is going to have to intensify in order for things to actually fucking change. Change is not going to come from the goddamn top. And I
No.
explained this before when I was on the
Absolutely
stream last. that we need to start from the bottom up.
Right.
That's the
Well-
only way we're going to restructure society.
Why do you think I fundamentally disagree with everything Creamage was saying earlier? Because I'm
Of
like,
course.
dude, no. How do we fucking change this? I'm sorry. We tried the nice way. We fucking tried. We tried voting for Bernie Sanders and just hoping everything will get better on its own. It didn't. It didn't, and you know what? I'm sorry. Voting for Joe Biden isn't gonna change things, and we don't get to just sit there and be like, okay, well maybe now. No, if we want things to change, we have to do something.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'll tell you
we
this right
can't
now.
we cannot totally
I've
rely on
never
the state.
for a second, I've not for one fucking second have I ever believed that voting for Joe Biden is gonna change a goddamn thing. But
It
in
wouldn't.
my view, me personally, the reason I said that I want to vote for Joe Biden, it's not because I like the fucking guy. I hate his fucking guts. I hate that motherfucker. He's a corrupt piece of shit. But I want to vote for him because I want to bully the motherfucking shit.
I mean,
geriatric
if you think that strategy will work, more power
I
to
don't know if
you.
it's gonna work.
I don't
really
think it will.
I honestly have no fucking clue
I
if
think
it's gonna work. But
yeah.
you know what? If there's a chance that we can get a whole bunch of
word
fucking
in the
left
chat.
wingers gathered around the fucking White House while Joe Biden is in office and say, "Hey, you stupid fuck, give us Medicare for all." I'm so down.
He's already
Hey,
said he's gonna veto it, so I don't.
Yeah, there's no fucking chance. Anything that challenges the status quo is going to be denied.
Civil.
You're gonna have to fight for it.
Civil rights says military.
You're going to have to fight for these things.
Sorry.
I don't know. The idea of bullying a geriatric fucking corporatist just makes me happy. Sorry.
Hold on a second.
Even if it won't accomplish anything.
Guys.
Okay. So civil. A military convoy en route to Minneapolis for total shutdown.
Yeah.
Is that
I
true?
was going
Is
to
that
mention
actually
that
happening?
actually. Apparently there's two
Damn.
officers down. I don't know if that's confirmed or not. Whatever the case may be, this has already become a pretext for completely shutting everything down, even though that there was a curfew statute enacted not too long ago.
Yeah, dude.
Earlier this year.
Has martial law been enacted yet?
No, martial law has not been declared. Martial law has not been declared.
Hyun, how do you say that city's name before you get pissed at me again for
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Think mini and then apple and then polis.
So there's no in? I thought it was Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
No, it's
Yeah.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Okay. I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
There you go. You did it. You did it.
Minneapolis. Okay. That just sounds weird.
I rejoice in
It is
your.
weird.
I've always heard it pronounced Minneapolis before.
I've never heard that pronounced that way ever.
That's-
and I've lived in this region. For
That's the
20
only way I've ever heard it pronounced. Maybe I've only ever heard it pronounced wrong, dude. Well, clearly.
Because anytime you say
Washington.
it sounded like Indianapolis, which is
Yeah.
totally different.
Well, that's how I thought.
Yeah, man.
That's how I thought. I don't know, dude.
Whatever,
Washington, dude.
Words are just made up shit. Who cares?
They are, dude.
Well,
they are.
It's just Minnesota and a great
Minnesota.
ending for city.
Welcome to
Yeah.
Minnesota. God damn,
Yeah,
dude.
sure, you betcha.
I don't know, dude.
Hey,
These.
you know what, dude? It's getting late for me. I'm about to log off. Jay, man, thanks for a lot for inviting me here and having my drunk ass fucking ramble on and on about whatever the fuck. It's been
Hell
fun.
yeah, dude! You got to be on a stream that had like one of the most highest view counts in a while, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw that shit, man. I saw
that
your
too.
fucking thing.
Everybody-
go down. I'm like, dude, let's see what Jay's up to.
Everybody like and
Fuck with so many
subscribe.
people.
Right?
Yeah, dude.
Hey, you
I know
know
we
what,
got a
motherfuckers?
decent bump
I
in
see there's tons of
subs.
you in the chat right now. Let me tell you something. You guys gotta subscribe. Like, what the fuck are you doing? If you're not already
Yeah.
subscribed to fucking, what's this channel called again? Lord Darky. If you're not fucking subscribed to Lord Darky, you're making a mistake. Like, straight up, you're making a fucking mistake. Subscribe
I've
to this
changed
channel,
the name of this
listen to-
channel way too many times, dude. It's
Okay,
fine.
It's Lord
Dude,
Darké.
like, here's
Lord
what I'm trying to say.
Darké, not
Subscribe
Lord
to this guy.
Darky. Fucking.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Subscribe, all right?
Darké.
Subscribe. If you
Yeah,
enjoyed
dude,
the
you're making me
conversation that
sound
went
like a
down tonight-
racist, dude.
if
Yes.
you guys in the fucking chat right now watching enjoy the conversation that has gone down tonight and
Hell
haven't
yeah,
subscribed yet, just fucking subscribe. What the fuck's gonna cost you? Like a little
dude,
click of
do
a
it.
fucking button and a couple of fucking subscriptions spamming your feed. Do it. Do it, bitch. Do
Yeah,
it.
you should
Subscribe.
fucking
I
do it.
mean, his
Give this
smoke
guy your
breaks are
fucking
pretty
views.
good, and once in a blue moon, I get bored and make a halfway decent, really planned stream where we learn shit.
Yeah, dude.
If okay, Jay, if you happen to do a stream like this again, like tomorrow or the next day, please have me on.
All
'Cause
right.
If Creamage happens to be on, I want to have a talk. with
Dude,
him.
okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, guys.
I'm sorry, I had
Oh
a
my-
bounce. No offense
oh my
to
God.
Creamage, but that's why I disappeared, because I cannot stand Creamage.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. Creamage isn't. I don't hate Creamage. Creamage, like you know, me and him go way back, dude. But he's not my favorite person to talk to when it comes to this shit, because
Well-
he's pretty fucking
well,
stubborn.
Dude, that was
Next
my
time
first
you have
ever
him on,
talking
I
to him.
want to talk to his neoliberal loving ass.
He is a fucking neoliberal. That's my problem with him, dude. I can't handle that milk toast shit. That like, maybe if we, reform capitalism a little bit and make
I
it
don't know, dude.
a
For
little
me,
more.
like, me personally, I try to give people on the other side of the pond a little bit of levity. And
Yeah, no,
forgiveness. I
fair
wanna
enough.
help
Well,
people.
no, here's the
'Cause
thing,
they're
though,
not-
dude.
They're not living in the fucking shit nightmare.
Well,
that
that's my
everyone else in
point.
America
That's
lives
my
in now.
point, though.
So-
That's my point. He's not living in the shit nightmare, so you know what? He should shut the fuck up about it. And same with most
Nah,
people.
He can have his takes, but like,
Most people. Well, sure. Have your take. Well, no. Okay. Okay.
You're
Okay.
a foreigner.
Let me get. Here's my point. And it's not actually. This isn't directed at Creamage. This is more directed on Sargon, who I know Creamage is a big fan of. I cannot stand the fact that Sargon has basically poisoned American politics. He has actually built up a right wing fan base in America of people who now support Trump because of his objections to the left in the UK. He objects to the left in the UK, not the left here. He doesn't understand the left here.
There's hardly.
Dude,
a
I'm
left
gonna tell
here
you
to
guys,
have.
if you don't like Vosh or Vosh, excuse me, if you don't like Sargon, you should definitely go ahead and watch the first fucking debate that Vosh had with him. It's like watching him spank him. You know
I
what
should.
mean?
I'm gonna watch that. That's a.
Actually,
If you want to have a good
watched the
laugh, if
second
you want to have Sargon put in his fucking place, just watch the first Vosh debate.
Dope.
I know a lot of fucking right wingers are like, oh, Sargon totally
Guys,
fucking
actually,
killed Vosh." No, you'd have to be brain dead to think that Sargon.
I
won
got,
that
I
Hi,
got,
guys.
I got neolibs in another server who are
hold on a
Yeah,
second.
chess.
Hold on a
looking
second.
for Sargon anyway.
So I just had a fun idea, and maybe this would be good for another planned stream. But I kind of want to do a breakdown of all the fucking shooting videos, and actually, what happens as the punishment for the cops. Like, don't just talk about that, but I want to know, like, how many of them end up actually facing any punishment besides
Not
losing
enough.
their job temporarily.
Not enough.
See,
Not
and
fucking enough. I
see-
can tell you that.
yeah, see, and that's my curiosity. I think, would that be a good planned stream to just
Yeah,
dissect all those videos and actually figure out, like, what happened afterwards?
Yeah, dude, let's do that.
Why not?
That'll be that should be the next the Sunday Night Heathens. We'll do that for the next Sunday Night Heathens. Probably not this Sunday, right? You want to
Yeah,
have some
no,
more
I
time
would probably need a week to actually research
Okay.
this. I don't feel like doing an all-nighter tonight and
Yeah.
tomorrow for that shit.
Yeah, it's fucking Friday night. So yeah, well, probably next Sunday we'll do that for a Sunday Night Heathens or Late Night Heathens as we should now call the show, because it doesn't always happen on Sundays. I need like an official logo and shit made up for Late Night Heathens rather than Sunday Night Heathens. But yeah, dude. So we'll be doing that. Also, we'll be doing a presumably Underhaven tomorrow unless something comes up. Under the Haven, yo.
Oh fucking yeah, man.
Be sure to catch that, because that shit's gonna always be something to look out for.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what we have planned for that, but I don't know. Animance is asleep. I was gonna bring him on this, but I think he's fucking tired. Which is funny, because when the other day when him and Swag were streaming, looking at the riots, I was like, I wasn't asleep, but I was tired, and I was like, I popped my head. That was the funny thing, dude. I popped my head into that stream, and I didn't really know what was up. I hadn't even seen the George Flynn thing yet. Oh, George Floyd. I hadn't seen the George Floyd thing yet, dude. I was just like, what? What's the riots? Damn, dude, that's crazy. that was the extent of That was my extent of it. But
Ella, I think he's feeding you. I think she's coming to you now.
what?
Did you feed Ella? Because, like, I heard the noise and she's, like, meowed once and disappeared.
God damn skitty.
Damn.
Yeah,
God
skitty.
damn.
Dadgum. I'll tell you what.
She wants that fucking food. She needs her fucking food and
Well,
water.
hey
yeah.
man, AJ, man, thanks once again for having me on.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
belligerent. I'm kind of drunk and shit. It was fun to like just come on here and give you guys my intoxicated take. It was great. It was a fun time. Hey man, like
Fine,
once
dude,
again
I'm
to
a
anyone
little-
in the fucking chat right now who isn't subscribed, fix that shit. Subscribe. Do your thing. You know. It's not
Yeah,
hard.
dude.
I'm
Subscribe.
once again. I'm Arms Sale, aka Silver. I'm like a once every year fucking guest on the show. But whenever I'm on, it's like the best fucking show these guys ever have. So like,
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
subscribe.
Best.
Oh my god, I just noticed I'm gonna remember your silver flare. I'm so sorry.
Oh, dude, don't worry about it. It's all good.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep calling you Silver Flare forever.
I just
Damn it.
Or
Okay,
Silver.
that's fine. That's my burden to fucking carry. That's okay. You guys are just gonna mention me by my fucking 2010 World of Warcraft name from now on until eternity.
I'll
No, no worries,
memorize
it's
your
all
new
good.
name eventually. You gotta come
It's all
on
good,
more
you
though.
know. Hey, we'll see. Maybe we'll see. I don't like this whole live chat thing. It's nerve-wracking. Anyway,
enough.
hey, well, you guys have a good night. I'm gonna head out.
Peace out, dude.
Adios.
See ya.
So
Alright, so now that loser's gone.
oh god, no, I wanted to go back to this because when I was asking him like what happens to these cops in the end, and Watchman Sound, the trumpet said paid vacation and promotion, and I'm like, oh my god, that's probably the truth.
Yeah, that's largely it. A paid vacation and a promotion, or if they fuck up enough, it's an unpaid vacation, but then they still get a promotion
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
They
Oh my
shuffle
god.
them around. It's like 3-card Monty.
Dude, what?
Pick the card. Pick the card.
Dude, if I could have got a promotion for killing a black person, I would have considered it. I might not have gone through with it, but I would have considered it.
It depends on the promotion. Is it a promotion with extra work, or is it a promotion with like a little like 10 cents an hour more?
It's
Yeah.
it's
In all
it's a
seriousness.
paid vacation and promotion from the fucking taxpayer.
My god. In all seriousness, dude, it's so fucked, dude. It's so fucked. What okay. I'm gonna try not to get into like a rage again, dude. I'm too drunken raging Darké, dude.
Yeah.
It's just fucked, dude. I'm so sick of I'm so sick.
I understand. I'm pretty goddamn sick of it too. I'm sick of having to hear about it. I'm sick of it being subsidized. I'm sick of it being fucking. Oh,
dude.
Oh, well, we're gonna
Like
let this motherfucker off the hook.
Like I said,
No.
dude, these fucking
And I'm betting right now Trump tomorrow is gonna be like, good job, or no, good job. He's gonna actually bash the people that protested in front of the White House.
Oh
He's
yeah.
right.
He's gonna be like,
Of course.
you know, a bunch of small penis lowlives, you know, were gathering outside of my my wonderful palace the other night, and it made me think, you know, I really wish we brought back Jim Crow.
Oh, God. I really think Trump is like a low key, you know, neoliberal sitting in his White House ivory tower going, I don't like what they're doing. I don't like what they're doing. They're taking attention away from me. You're fired. You're fired.
Yeah, dude, they
you're
should be
fired.
watching Fox News. Oh, I know. I'll send Fox News. By the way, we missed this. Someone actually, a Fox News reporter actually showed up at the White House protest and was chased away by a mob, which was pretty fucking funny. It was like right before we started streaming too, but
Mm,
you got chased.
yeah, it's
Fuck Fox News, dude.
we're dealing with somebody who has a very limited intellect in the White House,
Dude,
and the
yeah.
founding fathers had never foreseen this to be a thing.
No, dude. They should have put in the Trump provision, dude. They should have put the okay. What if we get like a megalomaniacal 6-year-old, you know, in the Oval Office. Well, I guess we're fucked. I guess we're fucked. I guess we all just die. We all just say, bring on the nukes, dude.
Well, it's more than that, because like the sad fact that the people in the White House were like, okay, when we've had to take serious attention for him, we have to make PowerPoints with a lot of pictures for him to get it.
Yeah, it's apparently, according to some reports, Trump is functionally illiterate.
He's at least
Like,
functionally retarded.
That's not much better in my eyes.
No, it's not, but...
I mean, like, okay, I don't think... Okay, I read, actually. I will admit that. Like, Jay can actually attest, like, because I work at a call center, I will go
Fucking
out of my
reading.
way to read, like,
Yay.
books during downtime. And...
It looks like they're starting to sweep the streets. I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, you're...
They're shining lights and shit.
They forcing the protesters to,
No. Oh, wow, they just shut him in. What the fuck?
Oh, God, what the hell?
Yeah, those guards just shut him in.
What happened?
Oh, it's on the video.
Wow, that's fucked. They just shoved them all into this guy's fucking area, and then just held the door shut for a bit.
The fuck?
fuck happened? Unicorn Riot got locked up, yo.
I know the fact that they probably know that it's not live streaming. He's like, I could kill him right now.
Yeah, there's fucking. Yep, they went ahead and just decided to at 3 o'clock in the morning just force everybody off the streets. Wonderful.
I'm surprised that didn't actually happen sooner. Like, I'm surprised they're not requiring curfews right now.
Damn, yeah.
Wow.
Goddamn.
Yeah, this is. Wow, this is some shit. I've seen this shit happen too, like some years ago. Yeah,
It's
always
the
interesting
end
to
of
see
the
what-
world as we know it.
It's interesting to see what state power really does, which is sweet fuck all, by the way.
What a wonderful
protect private
world,
property,
dude.
but not people. Yeah. Wonderful. That's what our tax dollars go to.
See, I can't imagine being a cop.
Gang.
Like, I really cannot imagine hurting people like this, and I cannot imagine doing something like this.
Dude, like imagine being a cop that's actually like on the side of the protesters secretly. Like, what do? Do you just like, yeah, I don't feel like I can't work tonight. I can't do this. You know, I'm not doing this, dude. I'm not. Or do you just get forced? Do you just get forced even if you don't want to? Like, no, this is your duty. I'd be like, fuck y'all. I'm out, yo.
And they're sweeping back.
I'm out.
What the fuck? What the fuck are these people doing?
They're getting ready, yo. They're getting ready to turn the fucking flamethrowers on these protesters, dude. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at this point, dude. I wouldn't even be fucking surprised. You know that these cops are sitting there and be like, all right, this is war. We got to take out these protesters. We got to silence these fuckers. They gonna destroy our way of life. We got to stop them.
Well, I mean, okay, there's 14,000 people watching this. If they were dumb enough to actually do anything to this guy...
Oh, yeah,
shit,
no.
That's fucking... Dude, shit.
That
okay,
would
honey.
just make matters really fucking worse.
I know you don't see it, but there's
really
literally
would.
just a line of cops, probably at least 40, 50 of them just right in a row walking down the street. It's fucking creepy.
Yeah, okay, so someone was asking earlier if martial law had happened.
Yeah.
No, but I'm pretty sure this is the start of it. That's what this looks like.
Not yet.
This looks like the...
That's what I fear.
This looks like the start of it, yo.
Yeah. I don't debate that. I just don't know the extent that it's gonna be.
I'm sorry, if there ends up being martial law, there will be dead. No, like, there will be death. I'm calling that right now. If martial law happens, there will be someone dead at least.
Yeah. I don't dispute that. Like I said, it's just right now, if they make one wrong move with that, game over. Game fucking over.
Fucking white folk. Yo, like, I'm not trying to jump on, because I don't believe in the white guilt thing. I'm not trying to jump on the, hey, you're white, you need to feel guilty because you have privilege. But you know, I don't know, dude. At the same time, you certainly have a lack of privilege if you're black in this country. That's all I'm gonna say.
Canadian Führer said, "Isn't the U.S. police departments technically one of the biggest militaries on Earth?" No.
No, the
They
U.S.
can be
military is one
militarized.
of the biggest militaries on Earth.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Oh.
We have like 1 million voluntary. North Korea has the most at 9.3 million people.
Well, that's why I said one of, but okay.
Well,
Yeah, okay. That's the thing, though. We aren't in a time of war, and we actually have, like, one of the biggest spendings in the entire world, though.
yeah, we outspend 25 other nations on the military. And those 25 people are actually our
Yeah.
allies.
I mean, we need
Those
it.
countries.
See how many other countries we piss off on a daily basis? Trust me, we need that defense.
Uh-huh. That's
We need to be
That's
able
all
to
the bases
continue
we
pissing
have.
off other countries and ignoring international law and shit, you know? It's important. That's America, yo.
what's the point of propping up friendly governments if you don't have a fucking army to do it with?
Dude, I feel bad for these people there. Like, I can't imagine living there and also being in that side of town. Like...
Oh, you'd be fucked. Your whole
That'd be
way of
something
life
else
would be
entirely.
fucked, dude. Imagine you can't go to the grocery store, you can't do nothing. You gotta drive outside of town to do anything.
See, I would
to
just
find
end up
it.
relying on family outside of the area. Like, if you have family that's, like, somewhere else, I would probably invest in that and, like, just go live with family until the shit blew over. That's the sad part. Like, it's not fair for the people. That's the fucked up part. Like, it's not fair to treat people like this. Isn't one of us police departments technically one of... Oh, yeah, you already said that. Okay.
Yeah, I already answered that.
Yeah.
Kind of in a way, but yeah.
It is. I don't know. There's a problem with our police force. It's not the happy cop. Like, and the fact that, like, I think Sweden refers people they arrest as customers. Like, they refer them to another human being.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but that would be like a very fundamental change.
You know what I like, yo?
Mm.
You know what Switzerland does? I think it's Switzerland. If they give you a ticket, and this is maybe a little unrelated, but this is the way they run their police over there. If someone gets a ticket, their fine is based on their income.
Actually, I think that's Finland.
Finland. Yeah, Finland. Okay, yeah.
I think Germany does it too, actually.
That's beautiful, dude. That's beautiful. That's how it should be in this country. What's your income? Oh, you make like $200,000 a year. Okay, here's like an $80 million fine.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Why do you think rich people don't
those
live in
numbers
those
are probably off,
countries?
but who knows?
I didn't hear.
No, I was gonna say, that's why rich people don't live in those countries though, because they know they can get away with it here. Like they can pay like
Yeah.
a petty fine.
A fine to them is just the cost of doing something their own way.
I mean, look at the corporate scale. Oh, you are fined because you were falsely doing something and it was harming people. $200,000 fine. I'm a $1 trillion company. $200,000 fine.
Yeah.
Fuck, and then they'll
Again,
take it out of their
fines
employees.
Yeah. Like it was said, fine equals legal for rich people.
Yeah, dude.
Instead of like taking it out of the corporate
That's so true,
bonus,
dude. I never even thought of it that way before, but that's fucking true. If something if something's only if a crime's only penalty is a fine, that basically does mean it's illegal for rich people. Because if you're rich enough, you don't care about the money. It's like, okay, I'll pay the fine, dude.
Yeah.
And I've actually advocated for that before. Well, like, yeah, dude, well, I don't think this should be, like, punishable by jail, but maybe it should be punishable by fine. But literally anything that's punishable by fine, rich people can just get away with it because they don't give a shit.
Yep. It's the price they pay for being so rich. It's a drop in the bucket.
Dude,
for
fuck
them.
rich people. See,
That's all
this is why I empathize with these fucking protesters, dude. This is why I empathize, because, dude, fuck these rich white people sitting there behind their fucking giant desks, making billions and playing with people's lives. Get the fuck out of here, yo.
Isn't it a goddamn shame that the people who are actually the least, the people who work the least and yet reap the most rewards
Yep.
are the most valued somehow? That's
Yep.
fucked up, isn't it?
That pisses me off.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
they're
It's true, dude.
job creators. They're job creators.
They do the least work. They do nothing. Hey, you know what pisses me off, dude? That narrative against people on welfare, dude, or disability or whatever, getting something for nothing, dude. They just want to sit there on their asses and get something for nothing. They just want free stuff. Oh, you mean like the fucking billionaires who sit on their asses and have basically a slave class working for them? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
I want to be perfectly clear. It's not that old welfare queen stuff that started with Reagan. That was an easy demonization of the poor, and that's been hammered home for a while.
Yep. Why do you?
It's not true. Most of the examples that were put forward when that term came out were complete bullshit.
Oh, I believe it.
Okay, I don't want something for nothing. I just want to get what my money fucking pays for.
Right.
That's all I want. I want to get.
I want to get by. I want to
to
survive in this fucking life. I want to just live. That's the thing, yo. It's about just wanting to fucking survive and have a fucking fair shake, and not be fucking like. God fucking damn, dude. Like.
Not be fucking cast aside like
dude,
some fucking.
Dude, you know what pissed me off? Do you remember this? There was like a story where some rich kid, his his family member died, and he inherited like $1 billion or some sort of millions of dollars. I don't know how much he inherited, but he inherited a lot of money, and he was like, I don't feel comfortable taking this money. Like, I didn't work for this. I don't deserve this money. You know, like, I feel like that there are people who deserve this money more than I do. Why do I deserve this money? I just lucked into it. And basically the right-wing conservative response to it was, what a spoiled brat. What a spoiled brat. His family member left him, like, a bunch of money and he won't even accept it. What a piece of shit.
Like okay, I guess the right wing accepts the fact that you have to be greedy to be part of their group, and that any deviance from their norms constitutes a break from their ideological fucking echo chamber.
Well, let's look at Bloomberg. Like, the fact that I'm actually really happy that Bloomberg got really, like, so much fucking backlash, because he really did try to buy the election. Like, he tried to buy the Democratic Party completely.
He tried to buy the election, but in reality, he just stayed in to make sure that the vote would split a certain way. He was acting like a rich spoiler, and nobody wanted a fucking
No. Bernie Sanders.
Oligarch.
Bernie Sanders is the only spoiler in this election. Okay, that's the narrative CNN told me, so that's what I'm gonna believe. God damn it.
Chicken noodle news.
Dude, who's waiting for if Trump wins, how they're gonna blame the hell out of it, out of like Bernie again?
Yeah, dude, I'm done. I don't give a fuck, dude. They're gonna blame Bernie no matter what. You know what? I blame Bernie. Yeah, you know what? Fuck that shit. No, I blame Bernie. You know what? If it wasn't for Bernie, but we would have won. Yeah, because you know what? Bernie could have fought. I don't agree with the DNC's methods, because no, Bernie should not have bent the fucking knee. Bernie should have fucking turned on the DNC and said, fuck you. Fuck you! I have the people on my side! I have the Democratic voter base on my fucking side! What do you have?
Jay.
Yeah, sorry.
Can I,
I'm drunk, dude. I'm sorry.
Can I want to make
go
clear. The two-party system has a vested interest in co-opting the lesser parties, their platforms, and bringing them into their, political promises bag, and then once they've siphoned off all the third-party and disaffected voters, it's easier for them to dump them over. It's much easier for them to just dump them over. Because once they have their votes, nothing else matters. It's the big okie doke. It is literally the biggest okie doke that's ever been perpetuated.
Yeah, dude. How many of them did they trick? Oh, Joe Biden is gonna be on your side, dude. Vote for Joe Biden in the primaries. You know what? I've heard this point, and I've been making this point for so long, and it's driven me fucking crazy, because I've not heard enough fucking people said it. You motherfuckers that were like, oh, well, but Joe Biden's the most electable. I think he's the one who actually stands a chance against Trump. Motherfuckers! You still could have voted for Bernie in the primaries! It wouldn't have made it. Biden was the only one who could actually win the primaries. He was the only one who was actually electable. Well then, motherfuckers, then he would have won! He would have won either way, and you could have voted for him in the general election either way. Put your vote where it actually counts, where your actual fucking beliefs lie. Help someone who you actually fucking believe in, instead of, oh, I'm gonna make the safe option. You weren't making the safe option. You were making the dumb option. Oh, I'm gonna vote for Joe. Voting for Joe Biden in the primary was the most redundant thing you could have possibly done. You basically might as well have just voted for fucking water to continue being classified as wet.
I get what you're getting at, but at the same time, the presidency has now been relegated to style over substance. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what their platform is.
I know.
They just want you to get out there and vote.
It's just
never mind.
Actually, no. They don't want certain people to get out and vote. Let's be real. If like
they've already decided long before anybody ever opened their mouth who's going to be at the front.
Yeah.
That goes for both parties. That really does. It goes for both parties. There's no dancing around that subject. It's style over substance, and whoever they can market the most, which is why they picked Biden, because they can invoke those fuzzy Obama feelings, and his record appeals to older Americans who are the people who vote the most. That's what seems to matter to the DNC, and that's what's going to be their fucking downfall, because there isn't going to be an older generation after a while. They're going to have to own up to the fact that they can't keep doing this shit forever. Something will give.
Black lives matter. No justice, no peace. Motherfuckers, you know what? I'm
this
sorry.
is just a warning. If I ever make drinks for anyone, they're strong.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm at a point of drunkenness where I'm no longer responsible enough to choose when. I'm too drunk to decide when this stream is over. So that's now up to Chess.
I've said about all that I could possibly say for now, but we'll
Cops
see.
are coming, yo.
I think this is probably a good point where we probably should end here soon, because it's already 2 a.m. and we've been streaming for 2.5 hours.
Well, the world is ending, yo. The world is fucking ending, and dude, I'm glad we streamed tonight. I'm glad we streamed tonight, because you know what? I was watching these protests and I was like, I want to be doing something. I feel fucking helpless, dude. I feel helpless because, like I said, if I was there, dude, I'd be fucking at these protests. I wouldn't be violent. I would be peaceful. I would be standing there peacefully. I would be fucking saying Black Lives fucking matter, because yes, they fucking do. And I would be fucking, hell fucking yeah, standing in solidarity with these people, because you know what? This is too fucking much. I'm fucking tired of this shit. And you should be tired of this shit too. And if you're not tired of this shit, then you don't fucking get it, motherfucker. And you're part of the goddamn problem.
If you're not angry at this situation or even mildly annoyed, there's a problem with you. And I want to make that abundantly clear.
And if you don't get it,
going on right now in this stream, what you see this rebroadcasting of Unicorn Riot, by the way, I want to make perfectly clear. This is the state when you challenge it. If you don't challenge it, they don't even notice you, and they'll walk right past you and right on top of you. You need to do something.
That's the thing, yo. Yeah. That's the thing. We tried. We thought. Okay, we'll just vote for Bernie Sanders. Look. Yeah. We'll support the progressive guy, dude. That'll make things change. It didn't. It fucking didn't. So what now, motherfuckers? What now? What do we actually do? What is it gonna take? What is it gonna take before we realize this is fucked and we need to do something? And like, I'm sorry. People say, oh, this has gone too far. This is bad. You know what?
No.
Things gotta get. This isn't bad, by the way. Things have gotten much worse. Things have gotten much worse before. You don't know what bad is, motherfuckers. This is nothing.
The carceral state is having this reaction because somebody dared challenge the power structure.
Yep.
Keep challenging the fucking power structure. There's no other way to win except to challenge the structure.
Yep.
The structure is rotten. Stop trying to fucking save it. Do something constructive.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, fuck. I'm gone.
I agree.
I'm gone.
Question authority, do the whole 9 yards. I don't know, this is probably a good point where we should...
And vote on those down ballots, guys. Honey, I don't care. You don't gotta vote for Trump. You don't gotta vote for Biden. But remember those down ballots. Those are what's important, dude. Vote locally. Change shit. Change shit in this rotten fucking country. Make shit better. You can do it. You can fucking affect things in a tiny fucking way. Do what you fucking can. And don't stop bitching. Don't be complacent. Don't sit back and say, hey, well, you know what? Everything's good in my life, so I guess I'm gonna stop complaining. No, don't stop complaining until everyone in America is comfortable. Until everyone has a fucking fair shake. Until everyone is fucking equal.
My final words. My final words. What you should be doing is comforting the afflicted and afflict the comfortable.
Yep.
It sounds trite. It sounds silly. But the comfortable need to get off their asses. This shit's not going to continue for much longer. Anyways, that's about it for me.
Okay, I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for chilling with us. Thanks for thanks for the new subs and all that dope shit. Thanks for all the likes and everything. Yeah, dude. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. If I wake up in time for Underhaven tomorrow, which hopefully I will. So, hell yeah.
Here's
dude.
to hoping.
Hell fucking yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. Subscribe, join the Discord, all that dope shit. I'm gonna see you guys next time.
Thanks, guys.
Peace out and piss off, yo. And remember, yo, Black Lives Matter. They do, yo. Black Lives Matter. Don't fucking throw that shit. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna stop saying that because you know what? Too many fucking people for too long. I was part of that fucking bandwagon of people like, oh, yeah, well, all lives matter. Yeah, that's the point, motherfuckers. That's the point. Yeah. Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. Some people don't fucking realize either of those things. So make them.